everybody, to Mingus Marauder football here on the road at Prescott High School. One of the last of the hump fields, right? One of the last of the hump fields. Carson Sandoval's along with us. You've played on that field, and there is definitely a sizable difference from the sideline to the middle.
Yeah, it's about raises about 10 feet in the middle if you walk up from the sidelines. You get your workout in tonight.
Not only that, but the 10-yard outs, you've actually got to throw it at their knees so that it'll hit them in the chest, right?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, no doubts about it. It does change the direction that you throw the ball on this field here a little bit. Glad you're along with us here as Mingus and Prescott, a Grand Canyon region battle once again, and these teams have history.
Yeah, a lot of history. They go back, they've been playing each other for a long time. We go back to last year, Mingus 48-12 over Prescott. And back to 2015, Mingus with another victory, 27-7. And the last time Prescott won was back in 2014, a tight one, actually, 35-27 over Mingus.
Yeah, 5-2. Mingus is 5-2 against Prescott in this decade. Mm-hmm. And then there was 4 years there where they did not play each other, which was kind of interesting between 2005 and 2008. And 2004 is the last record we've gotten. Prescott won that one 42-35. Mingus leads the series 6-3. And as you take a look at these two teams from last year, both teams ended up 6-4. Mingus made playoffs. Prescott did not. Prescott fell victim to the teams that ended up winning their region but not making it in the PowerPoint.
Yeah.
So they were sitting there 15-16, somewhere in that area, looking to go to playoffs, and they got bumped by region winners. And that is a likely opportunity again this year with some region winners that are kind of down the tracks in the power rankings here. And we'll certainly get into that with the Vinny's pregame report. What's the weather look like here tonight?
So at kickoff, it'll be right around 66 degrees, a 10-mile-per-hour wind. But it's dropping fast. It's getting cold out here. This is definitely our coldest game of the year, and we're probably going to have to break out the jackets pretty soon.
We do go to Cocoa in a couple of weeks, so let's save that one. We'll find out whether it is or it is not. We'll take a break, get into our Vinny's pregame report here from Prescott High School coming up after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Pawn Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pawn Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pawnpalaceaz.com.
Welcome to the Vinny's Pizza pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 and have pasta, subs, or a specialty pizza delivered right away. Don't forget the garlic knots and wings. Now let's head back live to the press box for Jackie and Carson.
Welcome back to Prescott High School, home of the Badgers. The Mingus Marauders on the road for another Grand Canyon region matchup. We're going to turn the clock back here by a week and go back to homecoming last week for the Mingus Marauders. The Bradshaw Bears come to town and jump up on Mingus 24-0 and end up at halftime. It was 24-8 with that lead. And final score of the game, 45-16. Mingus had struggles. 163 yards in the air, only 17 yards on the ground for the Mingus Marauders, and that was extremely tough for him. On the opposite side of the ball, you know what? Bradshaw did not throw the ball very much, but put up 254 efficient yards, and really the story of the whole game was field position.
Yeah, I'll be honest, Jackie, being a former Mingus Marauder football player and being an avid fan, I was a little upset with how Mingus came out, especially on homecoming. I thought Bradshaw came out with a ton of energy, a lot more than Mingus did. They took it to Mingus. They ran it right down their throats, and Mingus had a tough time stopping it all night. They didn't even, like you said, they didn't have to resort to their pass at all. They had their way with what they wanted to do out there, and tonight I really want to see Mingus dig in, come up with some big stops, especially early in the game. Don't let the Badgers go down and score a quick touchdown like they let Bradshaw Mountain. I think that first score for Bradshaw Mountain, they scored in less than 2 minutes.
Yep.
And then, that just set the tone of the game. Mingus fell behind the 8 ball, and it was tough sledding from there.
It certainly was, and Big Mo went against Mingus at homecoming, and Mingus at the in the third quarter actually tried to fight back and put up a battle.
Yeah.
And then a bad snap deep in their own end zone resulted in a cheap touchdown for Bradshaw, and Big Mo just took over like a huge wave, and it ended up 45-16. Meanwhile, the Prescott Badgers travel to Mojave and do some damage up there. They win that game by a score of 35-14. Throwing the ball, they were rather successful throwing the ball, especially in the first half. 138 yards in the air and 297 yards on the ground, mostly in the second half. However, they gave up over 400 rushing yards to the Mojave Thunderbirds, and it is a tale of two halves. In the first half, they're throwing the ball. Second half, they're running the ball, but Mojave can move it.
Yeah, we know that firsthand. We saw them go up and down the field on us. They can run it, and I'm sure Mingus was watching that on film this week, saying, look, this is where we can exploit them at. Let's open up some holes for our running backs, who really the last couple of weeks haven't really exploded like they had in the previous games. So I'm looking forward to seeing our offensive line really come out and control the line of scrimmage.
Hey, we want to welcome everybody to the Vinny's pregame report out here. And, of course, Vinny's on 6th Street in the 89A bypass. The Vinny Special, the Marauder Special, available to you right now, $19.99. Check this out. You get the 16-inch large pizza. You get the knots. You get the wings along with it. And if you dine in, you get the 2-liter bottle of Pepsi that goes along with it. Added bonus, you could go in, dine in, go there right now. Take the family out to dinner, and you can listen to Mingus Marauder football while you are dining on fabulous Vinny's Pizza, New York Chef Pizza. And we want to thank Vinny's for helping us out here for the pregame report. Power rankings. Boy, we took a little bit of a tumble in the AIA power rankings, dropping to number 24 with the loss to Bradshaw. That was definitely hurtful as we dropped to 2 and 4. But some interesting changes, especially on the top. Cactus jumping up to number 1.
Yeah, who would have thought Cactus would be where they are, especially after the game when we played them. They lost their #1 quarterback and their #2 quarterback. That's just a resilient group of guys over there. They're making progress.
Yeah, they are the only undefeated team in 4A football right now. A huge win over Peoria, who is now ranked #5. I mean, they were 2-4 or something like that. South Point Catholic lost last week, but to Cienega, who is in the top 5 in 5A and only lost by a couple. They're 5-1. Saguaro's 5-2, and Sunrise Mountain, they're 5-1. They lost only by 1 point last week, or a couple, either last week or the week before, to Saguaro, which was absolutely huge. Cactus Shadow still sitting in at number 9. Higley, number 10, 5-1, and all the way down to number 10. The Prescott Badgers here tonight come in at 12. 15 is where Flagstaff is sitting, and Mingus dropped all the way down to number 24. Now, we were talking about teams that still need to get in. There is a Southern Region team, I think led by Rio Rico, that's not even in the top 30, that still has to be a division winner. There has to be a division winner from there. And on the screen on Verde Valley TV, you got Apache Junction. They're 2-4. They're leading their region, and they're going to make it to playoffs if they can control the region, but and they're the top team in their region. So number 15, number 16 is probably already spoken for in the playoffs.
Yeah, Mingus, it's going to start here tonight. If they have any chance of making the playoffs, you got to come out tonight, take care of business. Don't look ahead. Don't hope for another team to lose a game. Just come out, control what you can control, and just one game at a time.
Absolutely. Hey, we're before we take our break, Mingus still has a chance at playoffs. Mingus still has a chance at playoffs. Unfortunately, they can't completely control their own destiny. They have to get some help from other teams. Bradshaw right now has a loss in the Grand Canyon region. Mingus has got to win against Prescott, got to win against Flagstaff and Coconino to have a chance. But then they're going to need Flagstaff to lose to somebody. They're going to need Prescott to lose. Actually, Mingus has got to beat both of them. But then somebody else has to beat Bradshaw, because Bradshaw, if they only have one loss in the region and so does Mingus, they're going to get it on the basis of head-to-head. If it's Flagstaff and Mingus that both have one loss, Flagstaff's going to win it because of the better record. So that's going to be an interesting thing. So, Mingus still has a chance to get back to the region, and I hope I'm not looking too far in the future here.
No, and I hope everyone at home and listening was able to keep up with that. A lot of things have to...
It made sense in my head.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did to me too. A lot of things have to happen for Mingus, but tonight we're going to take care of the Badgers, hopefully, and just go from there.
Well, definitely. Mingus cannot overlook the Badgers. I think they learned that lesson last week against Bradshaw, no doubt. We're going to take a break in our Vinny's pregame report. Vinny's Pizza, proudly sponsoring our pregame on the road here at Prescott High School. We'll return after this.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran.
What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber.
You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
The crowd giving some appreciation out there to the Prescott band. The Prescott High School band doing our national anthem out there and getting applause as both teams standing at attention for the national anthem out here. Hey, by the way, I do want to remind you with the Vinny's pregame report, 2 slices, you get a free beverage at lunchtime, and it is quicker than most people think. You get in, you get your slices, you choose your slices, they warm them up for you, you get your drink. Pretty much by the time you get your drink, sit down, start your conversation, your pizza's ready.
Yeah, I did that every day of my high school career.
See? You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
All right, Vinny's Pizza, of course, a great place for lunch. And if you are dining in tonight, don't forget, you get a free 2-liter bottle of Pepsi to go along with it, so bring the family in. Mingus stats for the year. Mingus finally getting over 1,000 rushing yards, I think, and that's a good thing, going in the right direction. Last week didn't help a whole bunch with 15, but Mingus is coming around.
Yeah, they are. You know, they're averaging 5.1 yards a carry. You got to be happy with that. Passing, almost at right around 50% completion. We would like to see that touchdown to interception ratio change. We'd like a little more touchdowns than interceptions, but that's not the case right now. But hopefully Zabala can go out there and change that for us.
Mingus scoring 136 points on the year. Prescott coming in with more than that. They got over 180 points scored on the year, and they have definitely been able to do it on the ground against most of their opponents. Prescott coming in fact, their leading rusher with 897 yards on the season, is having a fantastic year so far. That would be Green. He's got 94 carries, averaging 9.2 yards a carry, 10 touchdowns on the season. Jordan with 29 carries with 112 yards. All-purpose yards for Prescott here this year, over 2,150 all-purpose yards. So Prescott can definitely move the ball, and their defense has been relatively stingy to go along with it. Haven't given up an awful lot of points, and that's going to be a major issue for the Mingus Marauders to be able to overcome here tonight.
Yep.
Prescott's going to want to do it on the ground. If they can't, they've shown the ability to go to the air. Mingus wants to establish the run game that has been a little bit non-existent for them, and they need to try to get that underway and going once again. Youth football had a pretty nice weekend last weekend.
Yeah, let's go through some scores here. Lobos, the Mighty Mike division, won 22-8 over Baghdad. Then we move on to the Marauders, 41-0 over the Prescott Valley Bears. That's a huge win for them. And then we come back to the Bears, 22-0 over Williams. The Cardinals, 6 over the Cardinals actually lost at Baghdad, 32-6. That's a tough team over there in Baghdad. And the Cottonwood Colts won 35-0 over the Prescott Valley Bears. And in the Majors division, the Lions, coached by two former Mingus Union High School football players, brothers Javier and Fernando Anguiano, they won 25-8 over the Prescott Valley Bears. So nice to see the youth out there. We're getting some big wins. I like to see those scores with the big numbers there. Like I said, in previous broadcasts, I've said if you're not doing anything on Saturdays, go out there and support those guys. They're a ton of fun to watch.
It is fun. It is an awful lot of fun. In fact, we'll have Youth Championship Day coming up on Verde Valley TV, which will be recorded on November 4th. Those are fantastic games. Absolutely love going through those. And there should be 6 different games that we should have out there, which will be fantastic. Thurman, Valenzuela, Streck, and it looks like Taylor are going to be the captains for the Mingus Marauders here tonight. Hey, by the way, the CMS Lobos had a sweep this week. They had 2 games as they won both at Sedona, and now I'm trying to remember the other opponent that they had. But 2 different games that was a fantastic win for them, and Coach Rob Harrison getting the Lobos in line.
Fountain Hills. It was over Fountain Hills.
What were the scores on that one?
Okay, so 27-0 over Fountain Hills and 43-8 over Sedona.
A mixed team of freshmen and a few sophomores came over to Prescott on a Wednesday, and Prescott at halftime was winning 20-0, and Mingus in the third quarter actually made a game out of it, 27-20, and then some changes in personnel, and Prescott ended up winning on Wednesday by a score of 41-27. But I'll tell you what, our freshmen and the sophomores that we had who don't practice together. We had 2 days of practice. In the second half, they actually started coming together and doing some good things.
Yeah, that's great for the underclassmen to go out there, play hard. They didn't get the win, but they fought back in the second half, made it a good game. Just came up a little bit short.
All right, Mingus wins the toss. We're going to take a quick break. Come back for kickoff when we return to Prescott High School coming up after this.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
This has been the Vinny's New York Chef Pizza pregame report. Call Vinny's now at 646-3333 for pickup or delivery and have delicious pasta, subs, or a specialty pizza ready to go by game time. Vinny's Pizza, located at 516 East Highway 89A in Cottonwood, or call them at 646-3333. We'll return for kickoff right after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back here at Prescott, kickoff goes deep. It comes down to number 28, Dylan Boyd, with a great set of blocking. Runs it all the way back up until Rodriguez and Link stop him. And Prescott will start with phenomenal field position at the Mingus Marauder 49-yard line. I formation, quarterback looking to throw, throws to the far side, overthrows his man. That's what I was talking about. You got to throw it in his belly button.
Exactly. That ball he threw it at his hands, and the receiver ran an out route to the right side of the field, and he just kept sinking, and after a while, I could only see his helmet.
It's not okay. For our radio listeners, it's not quite that bad. That was a little bit of an exaggeration. All right. Two receivers either side here for the Prescott Badgers. They send one man in motion. There's the snap. Quarterback looking to throw. Throw short. Has a man. Makes a man miss. And will get caught up with about a 4-yard gain. Had to release it underneath. Streck was coming very quick. The reception by number 2, Schaefer out there.
Yeah, good job by Nelson making the open field tackle right there, bringing him down just by himself. Seems like all these teams have been starting in great field position that Mingus has been playing.
3rd and 6 now, as here comes Prescott looking to throw again. Throws to the outside, has a man, and will get down to about the 40-yard line, and it's going to depend on the spot on whether or not he's got a first down.
Yeah, that was a nice route by the wide receiver there for the Prescott Badgers. It looks like they are going to mark him short. And it's going to bring up 4th down, and, they're not even thinking about it. They're going for this, Jackie.
On the Mingus side of the field, trying to get momentum going quickly. I can understand that. Giovanni Ruiz with the 5-yard reception, the quick out, and 3 pass plays here for Prescott. Now they're going to line up in what should be and the ball goes down on the ground. Austin Clark picks it up, and we'll see where the push is. Austin Clark actually dropped it while he was attempting to do the quarterback sneak, and it's going to depend on where they mark it.
And we got the judge nearest to us already signaling a first down, and this, according to the spot, looks like he picked it up pretty easily, but from what I saw out there, it looked like his forward progress was stopped before he was able to cross where the first down marker was.
In shotgun, once again, hands off, going up the middle is Green. Green with a secondary push, and did the ball come out?
No,
the ball did not. Just blocking, falling on the ground behind it. So Green picks up a good 6 yards on first down, bringing up 2nd and 4, first quarter action. Prescott with the ball at the Mingus Marauder 33-yard line.
Yeah, Mingus really needs to dig in here and come up with a stop. They don't want to let the Badgers go down after a good kick return and score.
One man in the backfield. Austin Clark looking to throw, puts it up, overthrows his receiver. Had to get it over the linebacker and in front of the safety in order to make things work out there. Speaking of safeties, Jordan Huey out for this game for the Mingus Marauders. So Mingus' secondary will be missing number 9 out here today.
Yeah, that's going to hurt. Huey does a great job back there spying on that quarterback, and he's made some big plays this year for us back there.
0. Cover 0 for the Mingus Marauders. One man in motion. Cornerback looking to throw. He's got pressure, steps up, gets hit, throws the ball, and does get it to Green downfield. And it might be enough for a first down. He was in the grasp when he got the ball released.
Yeah, Streck came around the outside. Number 12, quarterback Clark for the Badgers did a good job stepping up, avoiding Streck, but then ran into another Mingus defender, and I thought it looked like he was going to get sacked, but able to get the ball away, and they pick up another first down.
Huge play for the Badgers. There's the snap. They do hand off to Green up the middle, and he will pound his way forward for about 3, maybe 4, as they get inside the red zone for the Mingus Marauders and set up for a 2nd and, oh my goodness, that's a great spot. 2nd and 5 from the Mingus Marauders 17.
A really good spot, actually. Very generous out here in Prescott.
As the temperature drops, the spots get better.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, something like that.
Hey, it's dropping quick, too.
It is indeed. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. I formation offset, and we will have flags flying. The line judge on this side did not throw his flag. What is wrong with that?
No, yeah, he just he's going to let the other guys do the work tonight.
Too cold to bend down and pick it up. We do have jackets, and I'm not sure I'm going to make it through the first quarter here. Where is our scoreboard? Our scoreboard is not functioning out here tonight.
No, and that's funny because I was talking to you earlier. It was on before the game, and I was actually complimenting the Badgers on what a nice scoreboard they have.
They bring in a player late. Number 3 comes to the near side. 2 goes in motion. 1 man in the backfield. Austin Clark looking to throw. Throws a screen up. Green has it and gets tackled immediately and had to get rid of it. Green is his check down guy. Mingus had it almost covered perfectly, and they will pick up what they lost and then a little bit more, about 8 yards on the coverage. Mingus coming after the quarterback hard.
Yeah, it was a nice job of Kelly reading that. He actually had 2 linemen in front of him, and he just split them a little bit too fast for those guys and come up and made the tackle.
All right, 3rd reception out there for Green. There's the handoff going to the far side. Green will cut it around the corner and pick up the first down inside the Mingus Marauder 10-yard line.
Yeah, so far, you know, you get a good kickoff return. You start your series in Mingus Marauder possession, or excuse me, in Mingus Marauder territory. And then stuff like this happens. They got a short field, a couple pass plays, a couple run plays, and you're getting ready to score.
Offset eye out there for the Prescott Badgers. There's the snap. They hand to Green. He tries the outside. Covered well by Taylor. Takes him down for a short gain. And it will pretty much go for no gain out there. So 2nd and goal from the 9.
Yeah, Chaz is looking like an outside linebacker on that play. Came up, did a good job of staying low. Big man like him, it's tough to bend those knees and get that low, but made the tackle for no gain.
Unusual. The receivers and the quarterback all go talk to the coach. Only the line stays out there. Hope they know what the play is. There's the snap, and they're going to hand it off. Number 2 up underneath. He gets trapped. Taylor controls his gap and makes another tackle, and no gain on the run out there. Number 2 is John Schaefer. The end around from the receiver out there goes for nothing.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they tried Chaz's side again. Chaz is playing the short side of the field in the last 2 plays. Bradshaw's tried him, and Chaz says better luck next time.
3rd, an important 3rd and goal from the Mingus Marauder 9-yard line. First quarter action. Can't tell you how much time because the clock and scoreboard is not functioning out here. Quarterback takes the snap. He's going to roll to the left. Gets hit from behind. Throws the ball away as he's going down to the turf as Streck had him. What a great athletic effort just to get the ball away. And obviously, the referees believe that he actually released it before the knee went down.
Yeah, I like how the energy Streck's playing with tonight. This is the 3rd time he's been in the backfield and got pressure on the quarterback. And I was actually looking for a hold on Nelson. He got in there and just was tackled to the ground by an offensive lineman, but a no call, and the field goal is up.
And they're going to call it good.
Yeah.
All right, so 26-yard field goal out there by Bryce Peters. It puts the Prescott squad on the board 3-0. We'll take a break. We're back for the Prescott kickoff coming up after this.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Back here at Prescott High School, the Badgers looking to kick off with a 3-point lead. Still first quarter action. The kick is downfield and will be taken by Nelson right at about the 5-yard line. He tries the middle of the field, splits, spins, and dives forward and gets a pretty decent return past the 30, so not horrible field position for Mingus' start.
No, nice run back from Nelson there. Kind of slipped when he got the ball. But did a good job following his blocks, and Mingus will start with decent field position. As I was telling you in the break, excellent job by the Mingus defense holding Prescott to a field goal. They were marching up and down the field, just down the field, and Mingus, dug their heels in, was able to get a big stop, holding to that field goal.
Quarterback takes the snap, throws very quickly. It goes to Taylor far side, and he'll gain a 8 or 9 of what he needs, and a quick release in the backfield by Zabala.
I like that play call to start the game, to get Chaz involved early, get Zabala comfortable, get him in a little bit of a rhythm. And a nice pickup on first down for the Mingus Marauders.
8 yards officially for Chaz Taylor, and Mingus back to work. They're going to hand off. Nelson this way, cuts up underneath, picks up a first down and more. Give him 7 on the carry, and Mingus moves the ball well.
Yeah, beautiful job by the offensive line for Mingus, opening up the hole for Nelson, just moving their men right off the line.
Great blocking, got that defensive end right around the outside. He was able to cut it up underneath, and a good running start for Nelson, his first run of the game. Mingus, empty backfield now for Zabala, over center, trips to this side. They're going to throw it out as Mingus gets the ball, and Soria takes a step backward and forward, and will run into the guys carrying the chains out here, and he will pick up about 5.
Yeah, and there's going to be a flag on the play here, Jackie. Block in the back. They're going to get Tyler Kelly on it. He was lined up in slot. He came out to get a block. Wasn't able to get in front of his man. Just got the back of his shoulder pad, and they threw the flag on him. Kind of maybe a little ticky-tack call. But, and thank you, Jackie. He's bringing me my jacket right now so we can stay warm out here.
Well, I didn't make it through the first quarter. I made it through the entire game with shorts on Wednesday. But it's different when you're, down at the field. When you're down at the field, it's like 12 degrees warmer.
Yeah, you're surrounded by all those sweaty bodies down there and shoulder pads and
something like that. So a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul is going to bring up a first and about 18. We are guessing because the scoreboard is, again, not working here at Prescott. You go to this high-tech stuff, and somebody forgets to plug in something, and it doesn't work any longer. And Mingus running to the far side. There goes Kelly as he gets the first down and then some as he goes off tackle to the far side. Great blocking scheme. Mingus able to block it down, and he caught the edge right out around the corner, able to get away from one block, took on a tackler and out of bounds at the 45-yard line of Prescott. First down, Mingus.
Yeah, Mingus went Wildcat there, and it looks like they're going to go back to it on this play here. They got Kelly and Nelson in the backfield.
Well, that's an interesting combo. We haven't seen the Wildcat, and here comes Kelly. He calls his own number, and he's hit, gets fights actually back. You know what? They didn't say it was a first down. I apologize. That was second and short, and it will now be a first down. So Kelly got just enough with the second effort to get the first down.
Yeah, that was Ian Porter, number 40 for the Badgers, making the tackle, and a pretty brave guy going up and taking Kelly one-on-one right there. Just dropped a little bit lower than Kelly, able to bring him to the ground. And they're going to continue in this Wildcat formation. Or excuse me, nope, Zabala's back there.
First down, they throw to the near side to Soria, who spins to the outside. The field got short on him, and he ended up stepping out.
Yeah, I think his momentum just coming down that hill took him right out of bounds.
People are going to think this is a 22-foot drop, I swear.
And my apologies before. Kelly and Zabala dressed about the exact same out on the field.
And 2 and 7 for old eyes, you know what I mean? 7 yards on the reception to Soria, and now he's going to get to the handoff and drop it, and there is a fight for the ball, and it may be Prescott's ball. Soria did not get the handle, and it will be Prescott's ball as they recover it at their own 45-yard line. Soria jumped back for it, got hit from behind as multiple players dove and unable to come up with it. And I think it's 44 with the fumble recovery for the Prescott Badgers.
Yeah, that's Garrett Fenderson, Jr. But yeah, no one in the backfield at all, just mishandled the handoff there. And it looked like the ball bounced right back up into him, but you know how it is trying to hold on to that football when it's bouncing around. Pops out again, and unfortunately for Mingus, they turn the ball over in great field position again for the Badgers.
They're going to take the snap. Cornerback's going to run it right up the middle, and in fact, they went to the Wildcat. Yep. And coming right out of the backfield like a ton of bricks is Ryan Green. He'll pick up 6 to start off.
Anything you can do.
Oh, I hated that. I hated that song when I was a kid. What are you talking about?
You know, I did. You know, I won't be surprised if Mingus goes back to that Wildcat. Kelly having some success on it. And
they throw to the near side, and it comes to Schaefer. Schaefer gets wrapped up. A great breakdown out there by Alex Nelson as he danced with him step for step until Link was able to get over and provide some help.
Yeah, excellent job by Nelson. Breaking down, didn't go for the big hit. He got low in his stance, wrapped the guy up, and drove him to the sideline, waited for his help to come, and him and Link took him to the ground.
-1 yards on the reception, and that helps Mingus. And a cornerback keeper, he's not going to be able to throw this one as he gets hit by 4 Marauders. Yeah. Leading the charge is Streck.
Yeah, Streck, that quarterback's not going to be a fan of Streck after this game. Streck has been in there multiple times already in this game, and just a dog pile from the Mingus Marauders. I'm glad I wasn't at the bottom of that pile.
Actually, it was Nelson that got in first with the sack, and it's going to be a 3-yard sack, and Prescott setting up to punt for the first time in the game.
Yeah, and change here, Chaz not returning. It is number 2, Soria, back there to return the punt. Oh, and good effort by Kelly, almost getting in there to block it.
It's going to be short, and it is poison out there as it's going to come harmlessly to the ground at about the 22, 23-yard line. Mingus very in a hurry to get out there offensively, so we're going to keep it here as the Mingus Marauders will start their second drive, their last drive. Mingus did a great stand at the goal line early in the first quarter, gave up a 26-yard field goal to Peters, and the Prescott Badgers drove the ball back to the middle of the field, and then a fumbled turnover, and Mingus will now get their second possession of the game after a 3-and-out on Prescott, and they'll start at their own 23.
Yeah.
So Mingus is set out, one man in motion, and they hand to the back up the middle, fighting 4 inches out there, but he'll get about 2. And running the ball up the middle is going to be Kelly.
Yeah, ran into just a wall of blue. Not much you can do when you're trying to run through 3 guys. But, you know, Mingus had to be upset with that how that first drive ended. You know, they were moving the ball, had some great plays, good blocking up front, and we'll see if they can continue that success on this series.
Nelson with the ball this side. He cuts up underneath, has to get down, get what he can, but it's a good gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and manageable, give him 4 yards on the carry, actually 5 yards on the carry, maybe 3rd and 4.
Yep, the big play here for the Mingus offense. Wouldn't be surprised if they looked for Chaz on an out route or just a little quick hitch pass. They just need a long 5, say 6, like you said. Here we go.
Zabala under center, takes the snap, pitch to the far side, and there goes Soria. He's got some blocking out in front of him, gets the corner, and we'll see where they mark him, where he got to, where he went out of bounds, and they are marking it a 4th down back at the 25-yard line. Holy cow.
Wow, looks like they only gave him about a 2-yard gain.
Yep, they only gave him a 2-yard gain out of that. That was a lot of east-west for a 2-yard gain, and Mingus is set up to punt. And here is the punt, and it's going to be Taylor doing the punting. He'll kick it over Green. He'll get a bounce. It'll roll inside the 20, down and close to out of bounds. Colby Fanning will go over and make sure that Green can't pick that one up and advance it. And so they've pinned the Prescott Badgers down to the 15-yard line. A quick look at the scoreboard tells me, oh, nothing. I can't tell you how much time is left here in the first quarter.
We're just scrimmaging, Jackie.
Is that what this is?
Beautiful pump from Chaz there. Just got a nice roll, and that's looked like a pro out there, sending him back. This is about the first time in a long time that opposing team hasn't started in great field position against the Marauders.
So the ball is set up at the 15-yard line. We got one ref out there, and they're bringing a second ball up and having a conversation. I didn't see a flag. Did you see a flag?
It looked like one came in late, and it looks like it's going to be on Prescott. I believe what the call was one of the Prescott blockers, receivers, was out of bounds with getting tangled up out of bounds with another Marauder. I'm not 100% on that, though. I'm not sure what the call is, and I didn't see any signal from the head referee. Personal foul.
So personal foul of some sort puts the Prescott Badgers at their own 8. Here comes Green. He gets hit, still dives forward, dragging Mingus Marauders along with him, and he will get a fantastic first gain of about 9 yards. Phenomenal lower body strength by the young man from Prescott.
Yeah, he carried about 2 guys on his back for 8 of those yards.
So that brings up 2nd and short and gets them some distance away from their own end zone, still within their own red zone. And Green goes again, gets tripped up that time, but falls forward for the first down, 2 yards and a first down. So far, the senior Ryan Green, who's got 94 carries and 10 touchdowns, 867 yards on the season, has been limited to 6 carries and 29 yards. And so Mingus so far containing him pretty decently.
Yeah, he was definitely a big part of the scouting report. And, they knew if they wanted to stop the Badgers, it starts with stopping him. And so far they're following the game plan that Coach Dixon has set up for them on the defensive side of the ball. And it's going to be a timeout here.
Well, we'll take a break with them here. And we'll return here as the quarter has got to be close to over.
I think that might have been at the end of the first.
That might have been. Well, if it was, Prescott Badgers leading 3-0. We'll take a break. We're coming back after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Back here at Prescott, quarterback looking to throw, looking for somewhere to go, throws the ball deep, and it is picked off by Soria. Great job as he goes backward, out jumps his man and gets it back for the Mingus Marauders. Turnover for turnover, and Mingus will have the ball at the 50.
Yeah, high point in that ball, jumped up right at midfield, just out jumped the wide receiver, and a great job. All hands there, hit the ground hard. Took a big fall, landed right on his back, but held on. And, trying to make up for that fumble he had earlier in the game. Does so, and now Mingus will have the ball in great field position. Let's see if they can put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, made it up. Yep, turnover for turnover. I'll take it. Mingus with the ball right at the 50-yard line, trying to drive here into Prescott Badger territory, as they will take over. 2 men in the backfield and 1 man in motion. Quarterback looking to throw, steps up, now he's going to run, dives forward, picks up 5, and didn't like what he saw downfield, so just very quickly made the decision to move.
Yeah, and I like that quick decision from Zabala. Didn't sit back there and try to wait for something to happen. Saw that the play wasn't there, got upfield quick, and had a good gain on first down.
Well, there's no doubt about it. Varsity football is fast.
Yep.
Especially when you're moving up the ranks from freshman to JV, and man, every single time you take that jump, the speed of the game just doubles on you.
Yeah, it does.
Quarterback under center for the Mingus Marauders at the 45-yard line. They hand it off to Kelly. Kelly going to the right-hand side, off tackle, as he'll pick up a good solid 2 or 3, bringing up 3rd and somewhat short. 3rd and 2, maybe 3rd and a long 2.
Yeah, nice hard runner from Kelly there, just following his blockers. I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to him here. Just give it to him again. If somebody's going to pick up 3 yards, I know Kelly can do it.
Well, he keeps the legs turning. There's no doubt about it. Until he hits a wall, he doesn't stop. Yeah. And, he's been that way since he was in Mighty Might football. No doubts about it. 2 backs in the backfield for the Mingus Marauders, kind of an offset eye, and they give it to Nelson, and Nelson gets up to the 40-yard line. It's going to really depend on the spot, as he got hit and then bent backward. They used Kelly as the lead blocker on that one, and they are going to mark it short. It is going to be 4th and inches.
Yeah, I'm not sure who made that tackle for the Badgers, because it is on that other side of the hill, but he just stuck Nelson right there.
Quarterback sneak by Zabala. He goes forward. Can't deny that one. He fell 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. So Mingus picks up a 4th down conversion, and Cliff Castle Casino will donate 4 passes of bowling at Shake, Rattle, and a Roll to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Yeah. That is our 4th one this year. Yeah. Congratulations. We want to thank Cliff Castle for that.
Yes, thank you. And there's the snap. Zabala back to pass, and he's going to go for Taylor, who's got his man beat, and he catches it. He
drops it in the end zone. Ball was thrown just to the inside, and Taylor had to come back for it, and unable to hang on to it. Coach Young goes for the throat from the 38-yard line pretty quickly.
Yeah, the ball got hung up in the air just a bit. Still a nice ball from Zabala. That's usually one you see Chaz come down with. I know he's upset with himself. They're going to line it back up. Chaz will come back to the same position here. They got
2 receivers to the near side, and Taylor goes in motion. Kelly goes in motion. Kelly with a good run, pushing his way forward. The pile still going forward, and that's going to be close to a 1st down. Somehow he came out of the pile. I'm not exactly sure how.
He's just wiggling around in there, running hard. You got some nice help from his lineman pushing the pile, and be another Marauder 1st down.
So Mingus driving the ball, 2nd quarter action, we know that. We know that Prescott is leading 3-0, and Mingus now just outside the red zone at the Prescott 28-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. They hand it off to Kelly again, who fights forward, and a decent gain of about 3 or 4 on first down.
Yeah, he was brought down by big number 72 for the Badgers. That is Sean Timmick, senior.
Number 72.
Yeah, he's a big old boy.
I tell you what, this Prescott squad's got a few big-ins. They really do. They've got several kids that are in the 200-plus crowd, and that's not what they can do in the weight room.
Yeah.
Handoff comes to Nelson. Nelson slithers through, takes on a blocker. He's got a first down inside the red zone and down to about the 12-yard line, which is important because that means Mingus can still pick up another first down. Great lead blocking out there by the Mingus Marauders, and he got to the second level.
Yeah, one thing I love about Nelson, he's got great vision. He just sees just a little hole, and he plants his foot, makes that cut, and gets right through it.
Get skeety.
Yep.
Get skeety. That's why he's wearing the number 10, because the 10 can scrunch together and get skinny. Sometimes it's 0, sometimes it's 1. 3 receivers, 1 man in the backfield. Coming off tackle is Kelly. He smells end zone, and he is down, but he might have the first down inside the 3-yard line of the Prescott Badgers.
Yeah, nice block on the outside from Chaz, able to control his man, and Kelly goes right inside of him and almost gets in the end zone.
You could tell he smelled the end zone. That one was at a different speed. There's the snap. They're going to give it back. Flag is up, and the ball is in the end zone. It popped out, but he was down. And we're going to see what the flag is. Kelly went hard, and his helmet popped off again.
Yeah, once a game. We'll see it once a game, and hopefully he's okay. He's walking over. Speaking with Coach Young.
One of the Prescott Badgers taking himself out of the game, number 40, going to the sideline out there. That's Ian Porter, and he'll have to be replaced. And they're discussing what the foul is. The flag went in from the back judge over by the goalposts. By the way, I am going to compliment him on his arm and hang time. That flag was in the air probably 15 feet, and they do call it a touchdown. So Kelly gets the touchdown. And the score counts, and it'll obviously be against the Prescott Badgers at that point. And Mingus immediately sets up for a 2-point conversion here. Yeah. And there's the snap, and there is going to be the flag. And the motion, they were going to hand the ball off to Nelson coming from the near side to the far side. And I believe maybe we had 2 guys moving at once.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a 5-yard penalty on the 2-point conversion. Makes you wonder if they'll turn around and kick or if they'll still go for 2.
Yeah, I'm interested to see what Coach Young decides to do here. Still haven't seen the kicker out. He's talking to Zabala. And looks like they are still going to go for 2.
All right. Same spread formation. This is what we saw at Higley. They put a man in motion, and there's the snap. They do pitch it, and Nelson is trying to wind his way around, trying to get back to the end zone. He actually wanted to throw it and then cross the line of scrimmage, committed, had to run it.
Yeah.
2-point conversion is no good, so it is a baseball score in the second quarter. Mingus leading the Prescott Badgers 6-3. We're back after this. Well, the Mingus Marauders coming out to kick off for the second time. They've got their first lead in the game, and this game considerably different from last game, where Mingus was down 24-0 early in that one. Now Mingus has a lead over the Prescott Badgers by a score of 6-3. Interesting setup. Prescott has got 8 guys all within 10 yards of the 50-yard line, then 3 guys deep and nothing in the middle.
Yeah, I really never seen anything like this. You know, you could just a little pooch kick over here, maybe about 25 yards downfield, and there's nobody there. You might be able, and they do just, Mingus does just that.
Rodriguez dribbles it down. Green picks it up, goes to the outside, looking for blockers, finds his seam. He'll have a good return as he gets past the 40, and Prescott will start at their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, it's nice run back from the Badgers there, and they will have decent field position. So far, Mingus defense doing a nice job holding. They forced the turnover last time the Badgers had the ball. We'll see if they can go out and do it again.
Yeah, they turned turnover, an interception by Soria at the 50-yard line into 6 points. And Mingus on defense takes the snap, and they are able to collapse on Green quickly. Short gain of 1, and Green now has his 7th carry of the game for 30 yards so far.
Yeah, Streck in there, wrapping up legs, bringing him down for the short gain. Has a little running for maybe a defensive player of the game early.
2 receivers near side, 1 far side. Quarterback looks to throws, and Streck almost picked it off. Got right in the way. Got right in the way of the intended receiver, which was Green to the near side. The ball hit the ground, and then the quarterback picked it up, and then Link tackled him.
Yeah.
And I didn't see a flag because I didn't hear a whistle.
No, yeah, I didn't hear a whistle either. It looks like the judges are going to get together, talk about it. I think, guys just playing hard. You're taught play to the whistle. They didn't hear one.
Well, not only that, but they set the ball down where the quarterback was hit and tackled. Now the question is whether or not they're going to do a penalty, and they're going to do the penalty from that spot, which I'm afraid is what they're going to do. Yeah, they are going to call Link on the penalty, and it's going to be a personal foul.
Huh. Or I think they're just going to call the incomplete pass, and they're going to take it back to the line of scrimmage.
Thank you.
Streck almost intercepted that ball.
He did.
Goes up, times it just right, and almost came down with it.
Man, he looked like Mac for a second. Quarterback looking to throw. He's pressured again. Hit in the backfield and breaks away and is able to get downfield. Somehow got out of the grasp of not 1 but 2 Mingus Marauders. Avoids the sack and still gets about 2 yards on the play. Austin Clark, Streck's got him. And then he's able, no, he pitched the ball, didn't he? He actually pitched the ball to another player downfield.
That's how he got out there.
So it goes for a 1-yard pass reception, actually, on the underhanded pitch. And punt formation offsides by the Prescott Badgers, and that should back them up. The gunner was gutting before the trigger went. That's like the bullet leaving the barrel.
When going back to Streck here, he's just all over the field tonight, making plays on that. I'm telling you, him and that quarterback, they're not friends. He does not like that quarterback. I think the quarterback might have said something to him when they were passing by each other in warm-ups.
Well, you got Ethan out here on the defensive end. And there's a snap, good snap, and Mingus comes right after the punt. They don't quite get there. It's going to be a short punt. It's going to take a mediocre bounce and pretty much settle right in at the 29, 30-yard line. So Mingus forces another 3 and out and will get the ball back. Second quarter, can't tell you what the time is. I apologize. The scoreboard is not working. And dang it, Carson, you didn't bring your watch and your timer.
I know. This is it's a little frustrating, You look up, you're trying to see how much time's left. Coach Young has to, the ref's got to be in Coach Young's ear the whole time. Let him know how much time's left, because it, you got to know what play you want to call, or the clock's running out.
Right.
When is the 2-minute warning coming up? I don't know. We can't tell you.
2-minute warning in high school?
Oh,
Could be. It is if you call the timeout at 2 minutes, right? All right, so Mingus set up. We'll set up offense here. 2 men in the backfield. Zabala takes the snap. Nelson with the carry, cuts to the near side, able to avoid a block and a tackle. He's off to the races. Down to the near side, stiff arms. It is down to the 25-yard line. A great job by Nelson. Once he got back past that initial potential tackle, he just took off and shot out like a cannon.
Yeah, it looked like he was going to maybe a knee was going to hit the ground, and it looked like the rest of the Badger defense thought he was maybe going to go down, but he doesn't, and he just outruns everybody for a huge gain.
72 yards on 5 carries for the young man wearing number 10 in red and white. Mingus just outside the red zone with the ball on the Prescott 25-yard line. 1 man in the backfield. Zabala hands it off, and there goes Tyler Kelly, and they cover that much better with 2 Prescott Badgers to take him down for a short gain.
Yeah, they high-load Kelly there. 1 man went up top, the other guy went down low, and, Kelly breaks a lot of tackles. He wasn't going to get out of that one, though.
No, he wasn't, but I'll tell you, he takes so many hits, and he takes so many hits low. I mean, when he's done with the game, his thighs are huge. And it's not muscle, it's swollen, you know?
Yeah, the good thing they wear those thigh pads still.
Yeah, that's true, but I'm not sure there's enough ice down at Suzy Q to take care of it. Trips to the near or far side. Mingus throws quickly. Soria with the catch, looking for blockers, trying to get to the outside. Covered up at right about the 20-yard line, and a flag comes out at about the 23. So it would, if it stays, it'll be a short pass play for about 3 yards, but we'll see what the penalty is. And it's going to be a block in the back against the Mingus Marauders, and that'll send the Marauders backward, bringing up a second, and it's starting to get long out there.
Yeah, that puts you in a tough position. It's second and long. Those right there are drive killers. Mingus marching down the field. You get a call like that, and it moves you way back.
Yep, so second and about 20. Second, maybe 19, but looks like about 20 for the Mingus Marauders. One-on-one coverage out here against Taylor, who moves in a little bit. 2 men in the backfield. There goes Nelson, and he got in the way of the snap and then able to pick up the ball, but gets covered up for a loss. And momentum not going Mingus's way as Mingus loses about 3 on the play.
Yeah, unfortunate there. The timing just wasn't right. Zabala asked for the ball. Nelson going in motion, hits right off his knee pad there. Fortunately, able to just pick it up. That could have been bad. Could be going the other way.
Comes off the field, Nelson does, and tells Coach, I thought it was a Wildcat move, Coach. All right, so third and about 23 for the Mingus Marauders. Zabala looking to throw. He moves to the near side, throws it off to Kelly. Kelly's got some open ground. Takes to the outside, hits the corner, down the sideline, tiptoeing, touchdown.
Yeah, that was great. They sold it like they were going to go deep to Chaz, and Kelly comes out of the backfield late. Wide open, and then it's just one-on-one, Kelly and a defensive back, and I'm taking Kelly every time on that. Puts a nice move on him and then tight ropes the sideline into the end zone.
Well, you were talking about evening up the touchdowns and interceptions. Zabala just did that. He's 6 apiece now as Tyler Kelly gets a receiving touchdown out there, and Mingus going for the traditional 1 point. Danny Rodriguez, good snap, good hold, and the kick is up and short.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that got blocked. That thing just went straight up in the air and came down.
And a Prescott Badger getting up off the field a little bit late and limp. We're going to take a break. Mingus up over the Prescott Badgers 12-3. We'll return to Prescott High School after this.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes. Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
37-yard TD pass to Kelly after Mingus had kind of gone backward on a couple of plays. The extra point, no good. Mingus up by a score of 12-3. Kick it off for the third time here in the first half.
Yeah, it's nice to see Mingus on top early in a game. Haven't seen that in a few weeks. And Prescott back in their unusual kick return formation.
Well, you know, in tempting you to kick that one short in there, it also means that your three back men are coming up and they're all moving forward rather quickly. Rodriguez looking for the kick, and he will kick the line drive this time to the near side. Fumbled, picked back up, looking for the near sideline, and gets gobbled up at about the 38-yard line. And several Mingus Marauders in on that tackle. Link gets in on that one as well as a lot of other Mingus Marauders. By the way, glad to see Link back. Link, at the end of last game, actually was afraid that he had done some serious damage to his hip bone. So happy to see him back out on the field for the Mingus Marauders, part of that leadership corps.
Yeah, our homecoming king.
Oh, yeah, huh? Oh, yeah, huh? He should have tickets to everything, right?
Yeah.
Does he walk around the halls going dilly dilly?
Right,
something like that. Mingus showing blitz. Quarterback throws to the far side. It's dropped, and it apparently was going forward, not backwards. So
yeah, looked like lateral from up here, but what do I know way up here?
Well, not only that, but the kind of view of the ground changes the direction of the ball a little bit. If you're just joining us, Mingus is up 12-3 here at Prescott High School. It is a hump field. That means that the middle of the field is higher than the edges. That is not a town in Indiana.
No.
That I know of.
Yeah.
Man in motion is Schaefer, and quarterback looking for somewhere to go. He'll throw up underneath, finds Green. Green's got some blockers, gets to the outside. He's got one man to beat. Saria knocks the ball out. Mingus picks it up going the other way, and will be tackled there. A fumble on the play. Saria catches him from behind and knocks the ball out of Green's hand, and it is covered up by the Mingus Marauders. I think Nelson, was it Nelson that got the fumble recovery downfield? It was.
Wow, what a play from Saria. Just every Mingus Marauder beat on the play. The running back for the Badgers just turns on the boosters, but Saria comes up from behind and does a great job of not going for the tackle, but going at the ball, puts his hand right on it, knocks it loose, and it's reminded me of the movie Remember the Titans. Late in the championship game when he's running down the field and one of the member of the Titans runs up behind him and just pokes the ball out.
Yep. So 47 yards on the reception to Green. The fumble recovery caused by Saria, fumble recovery by Nelson, and Mingus goes back to work with Kelly up the middle and a good 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much of a momentum shifter that was. Mingus had the momentum, then a huge run like that. Looked like he was going to almost break that run free into the end zone, but just probably one of the best defensive plays you're going to see all year.
Yeah, no, I agree. Mingus back at the line. 2 men in the backfield. They're going to hand it off. Nelson's going to try the far side. He slithers his way up for a first down and about 9 yards on the carry.
Yeah, Nelson having his way out there, just following his blockers, being patient behind them and finding the holes. And I really love the way he runs. Just always running hard, always pumping those legs.
So Mingus with the ball on their side of the field at their own 38-yard line. Back-to-back takeaways by the Mingus Marauder defense. And trying to drive again with a 12-3 lead. Zabala with time goes up top, going far side. Coverage on Saria, double covered, and threw it pretty much out of bounds and away from anybody.
Yeah, really a smart throw from Zabala there. Everybody was covered up. 2 guys on Saria, nowhere to go with it, just throw it out of bounds. Don't try to force anything there.
Earlier I was talking about Nelson's yardage, and I just want to clarify he now has 7 carries for 78 yards as opposed to having a 72-yard run earlier in the game. Wanted to make sure that I did not mislead. We want to be honest, media.
Yes.
Man in motion, and up the middle goes Kelly. Kelly spun around. He's fighting for the first down, and he may have it. So a 2nd and 10 turns into a 1st and 10 for the Mingus Marauders. Great trap play. Great trap play.
Yeah, the credit to the Mingus offensive line. You know, they got pushed around last week. They're coming out and they're doing the shoving tonight. Opened up some big holes for their running backs.
Mingus with the lead in the ball, trying to get into Prescott territory at their own 48-yard line. 1st and 10. Zabala has to retreat to the right, looking for somebody to throw to. Calls for his man to come back, and that was great communication downfield. And Soria comes back to catch the ball, and was he out of bounds? Yeah, they're going to call him out of bounds. They're going to mark it back at the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nice job of Soria cutting off his route, though, coming back to help his quarterback. Just wasn't able to get that 1 foot in. And but I like Zabala. You know, pocket breaks down, moves to the outside, not looking to just run right away, but finds a man. Unfortunately, just incomplete.
2 men in the backfield, 2 wings, and 1 goes in motion, and Zabala hands the ball out. Nobody's there to take it, so he runs it himself, and he'll pick up 5 yards. Literally handed the ball off and then turned around and looked, and there was nobody there.
Yeah, he was kind of slow motion there for a second while he was waiting for somebody to come take the ball, but actually a pretty decent gain for a broken play.
I'm just glad a Prescott Badger didn't come up and go doink. I'll take that. So 3rd and a long 4, maybe 5 for the Mingus Marauders. Nelson in motion. They hand off, and there goes Kelly. Kelly up the gut, just off of the guard, and should have enough for a 1st down. And Mingus is able, with 17 rushing yards last week against the Bradshaw Bears, is now starting to press their will as they'll take a timeout and talk about it. We don't know where we are with the clock. Mingus will have 1st and 10 at the 40 when we return after this.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Back here, Mingus on top, 12-3, 2nd quarter action. The clock, the scoreboard not functioning. We can't tell you how much time is left here in the 1st half, but certainly doing better on the ground here this game as opposed to last one.
Yeah, much better. Mingus already with 158 rushing yards tonight compared to last week. You know, we're just blowing ourselves out of the water.
There's the snap. Nelson trying to follow his block. His block went down, and he almost went down right behind him. That was somewhat awkward, but he does pick up 5. And thank goodness for flexible 17-year-olds.
Yeah, that did, like you said, look really awkward. Glad he was able to stand up and walk it off, and he's back in the backfield along with Kelly in this Wildcat.
And there is the snap, and Nelson's going to be the blocker. Kelly's going to be the runner, and Kelly finds a seam, gets inside the red zone, down to where they're going to mark him down to the 15-yard line. A phenomenal run as Kelly rips off another 14 for the Mingus Marauders. He's got 82 yards in the 1st half. Nelson's got 82 yards in the 1st half.
Oh, wow, how about that? Badgers really have no answer for this Wildcat that Mingus is running. And there is a timeout on the field.
Yeah, Mingus will take another timeout. That tells me that we're probably running down. We'll take a quick break with them. Return to Prescott after this.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR. We fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Back here at Prescott High School, the helicopter's right behind us. Maybe they're bringing someone to fix the scoreboard.
I hope so.
Wow, you could always hope, right? Yeah. So Mingus now has first down at the Prescott 16-yard line, and time is obviously short here in the second quarter. We do not know what the time is. Mingus with the ball and the lead, a 12-3 lead, obviously late in the second quarter. One man in the backfield, and Tyler Kelly's going to throw the ball, and it's tipped and will fall incomplete. So it got tipped at the line. He was coming to the near side. Zabala was still on the field. So
Yeah.
that certainly leaves an opportunity when your quarterback's out there. If you get him the ball, he can still throw the ball downfield.
Yeah, maybe it looked like they were looking for Chaz on that play. It would have been nice if that would have just fell right into Zabala's hands, though. Able to make something happen.
Well, depending on what the time is, you don't know.
Yeah, that's
okay,
right.
Zabala in the backfield looking to throw, throws to the near side. Taylor comes back to it and catches the ball. They knock it out. He was down for 6 seconds before they knocked the ball out. And they're going to mark the ball right at the, they're going to say incomplete is what they're going to do.
Yeah, that was
put the ball back at the 15, 16-yard line, bringing up 3rd and 10 now.
Yeah, looked like Chaz had it, and the play was stopped, and then the defender just reached his hand in there and tried to poke it away, and the ball did come out, but the refs call it incomplete, so we'll go 3rd down here for Mingus.
Mingus loads up the short side of the field on the far side. Nobody on the near side, the long side. Quarterback takes the snap, running this way. Here goes Nelson, winding in and winding down. He does put the ball in the middle of the field as Mingus takes a timeout with a 4th down at the 12-yard line, 11-yard line. So obviously they're going to talk about the possibility of a field goal. We're going to keep it here to see if Mingus is going to go for 6 or the possibility of 3, because from the 11-yard line we're talking about maybe a 27-yard field goal, maybe 8 yards longer than a normal extra point.
Yeah, and after that last extra point, I doubt Mingus goes with the field goal. It looks like Soria's coming into the game. Mingus has had success in that Wildcat, and I'd be excited if they went to that here, put Kelly back there and let Nelson lead up the hole for him. But we'll see.
We'll see. Definitely see. Sophomore Isaiah Hillman on the near side. You got Gabe Myers. Yeah, both on the left-hand side. Zabala's in the backfield. They put a man in motion. There goes Nelson, and they draw the Prescott Badgers off sides just with Nelson in the motion. He did the little stutter step right at the quarterback.
Yep.
And that 5 yards could loom large in this drive as it'll move the ball down to about the 6-yard line. So now 4th and 1 for the Mingus Marauders, deep in Prescott territory at the 6-yard line. Zabala with the snap, looking to throw, throws, has a man in and out of the hands, and it'll be a turnover on downs deep in Prescott territory, and I think time runs out as that becomes the final play of the first half, I think. The band next to us is a dead giveaway. They want the field, and that's how the first half is going to come to a close. Holy cow. We'll take a look at the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard. Mingus on top right now, 12-3 at halftime. We'll return after this.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders.
Welcome to the Halftime Report, brought to you by Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. They're a dealer for you, located on Highway 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. Stick around for the first half recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
The Prescott band takes the field here at halftime, and this is a rather large band. I'll tell you what, Carson, they've got almost as many band members as some teams have players in their football program. And so a wonderful representation out here for the Prescott Badgers and their band. The Mingus Marauders leading at halftime by a score of 12-3, and it has been just a weird ball game. I know you and I have been struggling because we haven't had a scoreboard all game long, so that has been quite interesting for doing the broadcast. And right at the end of the half, can't tell how much time is left, but Mingus obviously used all of their timeouts in the final play of the game. Hopefully that doesn't come back to haunt Mingus.
Yeah, you know, I'm sitting here yelling at you. Well, what are we doing? Why aren't we running the ball? But again, I don't know how much time's left. Obviously, the only one who knows are the coaches out there and the players. Unfortunately, Mingus just missed a touchdown pass there to close out the half, but they do have the lead. That's something they can't say that they've had the last couple games. So, this is a positive for Mingus.
Oh, it has been, and it's been a game of turnovers so far in this game, and Soria has been involved with all three of them actually. Yeah. As he fumbles the ball and gives Prescott the ball at midfield, and then the next drive picks it off on an overthrown ball, slightly overthrown, but he high pointed it beautifully and gave the ball back to the Mingus Marauders, which led to the first touchdown of the game. And then when Mingus's defense kind of let go and a little screen pass turned into a 47-yard rumble, it was Soria that did not give up, caught the man from behind, knocked the ball out, and Ryan Green put the ball on the turf. Nelson recovered it. So Mingus is winning on the scoreboard and winning in the turnover category 2-1.
Yeah, if you come out on top in that category, you're most likely going to win the game. They haven't been doing that the last couple games, so they've come out here. They made it a point. You can tell the defense is set up. Don't let them run the ball on us, and they've done a great job coming out, stopping this Badgers offense who likes to run it. They got a couple guys who can really pound the ball. But again, getting good push up front from the defensive line. Backers are coming up and making plays, and I'm really impressed with how Kendrew Streck is playing out there tonight. He is all over the field, all over the quarterback. I'm excited to see what he does in the second half.
Oh, me too. He has definitely been a player on fire. There's been a lot of defensive players that have had that fire lit underneath them. Mingus has not had the lead in the game all game long. In fact, they did not lead to start the game. First quarter action action. Can't tell you what time. Scoreboard story. We'll tell you all about that again. But Mingus did hold on a first and goal from their own 9, and Prescott had to settle for a 26-yard field goal out there by Peters, and Prescott led by a score of 3-0. Second quarter apparently happened because they switched sides of the field, and Mingus drives the ball down. A 2-yard dive by Kelly produced the first points for the Mingus Marauders. The 2-point conversion attempt was no good after the motion penalty, and Mingus led 6-3. Still second quarter action. A 37-yard touchdown catch by Kelly on the near side. You called it. They were setting up Taylor downfield, and they just chucked it out to Kelly coming out of the backfield. Got a block downfield, avoided a tackle, and then tiptoed. That takes balance, by the way. When you're running down the sideline and half of your body is already leaning out of bounds.
Yeah, especially with shoulder pads and a helmet on.
Right. Yeah, I'm all balanced to start with.
Don't fall off.
Right. But he was able to stay in bounds and find the end zone. The extra point was actually short.
Yeah.
And so Mingus leading here at halftime by a score of 12-3. A good ball game out here, though. Without a doubt, it has been back and forth here as we continue with the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and a Ram halftime report. We're going to take a break, and when we'll get a word from Oxendale. When we come back, we'll talk a little bit about them, and then talk about what has to happen here in the second half. Maybe even check on some other scores if we can get some, and we'll return to Prescott High School after this.
Two things we can count on every year:
a new set of tax rules and great weather here in northern Arizona.
Jackson Hewitt Tax Service, locally owned and operated by Lewis Rice since 1997, is here for you all year long.
Your neighborhood Jackson Hewitt Tax Office will help you in all of your taxing situations.
Electronic filing is always free with your tax preparation at Jackson Hewitt Tax Service.
Get more in return. Call 1-800-234-1040 for an office near you.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Welcome back to Prescott High School, the home of the Badgers. as the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report continues. And, you know, we've flipped over into October, obviously, the jackets and and the long underwear in the stands here at Prescott High School.
Yeah.
And that, of course, means Halloween is coming up. And leave it to Oxendale. Check it out. You're traveling through another dimension.
Right.
All right. The sixth dimension, known by some, that stands behind a small door. And, of course, Travis is going to be behind that door, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee. Travis from Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram invites you to the Oxendale Zone. I can't do all the special effects though. Okay, a dimension of fun where fears are taken away and savings are abundant. A dimension of excitement, savings, and of course joy. A dimension where, how about in all in stock 2018 Jeep Cherokees delivered to you for $79.66 under MSRP.
Whoa.
Yeah, how about that? Drive home a new Jeep Renegade for just $229 a month. Where can you get deals? Of course, MattSaysYes.com. MattSaysYes.com. The Oxendale Zone and this dimension will be open to the next 52 people with a new car or when the month is over, whichever ends up first. And, of course, we want to thank Oxendale for being our sponsor of our halftime show here. Speaking of halftimes, lots of other scores going on. And, boy, there are some things happening in high school football.
Yeah, let's go around the division here. Up at the Dome, Lee Williams trails Flagstaff 9-0. Bradshaw Mountain leads Bradshaw Mountain leads Cocoa 28-7. Moon Valley 28-0 over Mojave.
Wow.
And Sunrise Mountain leading Cactus right now at the first quarter. That one was 21-0.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cactus had moved into the number one position.
Number one.
Sunrise Mountain, seeing that Saguaro had fallen out of that, is taking a they're taking a test of see if they can taste that number one spot. Sunrise Mountain is a phenomenal program. We had the fortunate and unfortunate opportunity to play them twice in a row last year. Last game of the season in the first round of the playoffs, and holy goodness, it was they had a phenomenal defense, and their offense was just had too many weapons.
Yeah.
I mean, it was literally like trying to charge, a bunker full of machine guns. It really was.
Yeah, they're the real deal, and we get the opportunity to play them again at the end of this year.
You don't get better by playing teams that aren't better than you.
That's true.
And that is true. And a lot of people are talking about this particular squad, and I got to remind everybody, this squad is full of juniors.
Yeah.
This squad is full of starting juniors that spent a lot of time on the field as sophomores. You've got sophomores this year that are getting quite a bit of time on the field that are going to be juniors next year. And this is a squad that's actually getting themselves in a very good position for a very strong run coming up next year, and still they have got things to prove this year on the field. And I'm sure that Coach Young has talked to him about there is one way back to playoffs, and the only thing you can control at this point is what you can control.
Mm-hmm.
And that starts with a win here on the road at Prescott, which would be impressive. A 4-2 Prescott squad who has not played weak competition.
No, just like Mingus, they've had a really tough schedule this year. It's nice to see Mingus come out with a little more fire than they did last week. I'm sure they were embarrassed after that performance on homecoming and on their home field. They've come out here. They've set the tone tonight. They've been the aggressor going at the Badgers. And hopefully they can continue that in the second half.
Let's take a look at some of the first half stats as we go through. Let's start with Mingus. Antoine Zabala here in the first half has been relatively effective. 3 for 7 overall, 52 yards. He does have the one passing touchdown, of course, to Kelly. That was almost a fullback screen out of the backfield, but it worked. Tyler Kelly made one pass attempt. They got tipped, but that's okay. On the ground, he has been a workhorse, 13 carries, 82 yards, 82 rushing yards for the young man. And Alex Nelson's got 9 carries and 85 yards. Soria's got a couple of carries for 2 yards. Taylor has 1 reception for 8 yards out there. And Kelly has got 1 reception for 34 yards and a touchdown to go along with it. 179 yards on the ground for the Mingus Marauders, 52 yards in the air. And Mingus has put together 231 yards of offense in the first half, only accounting for 12 points, though. That means that Prescott has been somewhat stingy on defense, and I think they really have.
Yeah, when they've really needed to come up with a stop, they have. Going back to that last possession for the Marauders before halftime, they really got lucky there with kind of a, should have been caught from the Marauders' offensive player there. Fell to the ground, unfortunately. But they're right in this game. Mingus will receive the ball to start the second half. Again, they got to carry that momentum in from the first half onto the second, because I'm sure that Prescott coaching staff gave these guys a talking to.
Oh, no doubts about it. Austin Clark from the quarterback position. They never say die, and I will throw the ball when I'm 3 inches from the sack. And Austin Clark is 7 for 11, 73 yards. He has 1 interception, which honestly was more of a phenomenal play by Soria than it was an interception. That would be his 5th on the season. On the ground, Ryan Green has been held to just 7 carries. That, in effect, is a stat right there. 30 yards and no touchdowns by Ryan Green. He had 1 reception for 47 yards that ended up in a fumble and a recovery for the Mingus Marauders. 73 yards in the air, 29 yards on the ground, 102 yards in total offense for the Prescott Badgers here in the first half. So Mingus has been able to double them and has created a 9-point lead and a 2-score game.
Yeah, we would like to have gotten some extra points on those touchdowns, especially if this game comes down close late. Those things always come back to bite you in the butt. But Mingus, I loved how they were running the ball. Again, I mentioned it in the first half during the broadcast. Offensive line opening up some big holes. Backs are running hard. They really are. They're falling forward every time they get hit. And I would like to see maybe a little more the ball in the air to Chaz. I know some passes have not gone his way,
right,
but he's been open. He's been open every time he's been out there, and I'm sure he's not happy with himself. He let a couple get away. I'd throw it up to him, and I know he's going to come down with it in the second half.
Mingus coming out for the second half. Prescott's already out here. They had shorter talkings to, I suppose. We're going to take a break in the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram halftime report. Second half action right around the corner after this.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes. Hey, it's Bruno Mars. Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber. You're listening to The Weeknd.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. You'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
This has been the Oxendale Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram Halftime Report. They're a dealer for you. Located on Highway 89A in Cottonwood or online at mattsays.yes.com. We'll return for exciting Mingus Marauder football second half action on AM 1600 and 96.3 FM KYBC or online at myradioplace.com right after this.
Back here at Prescott High School, I want to give some love to the Mingus Marauder offensive line, and I'll tell you, nobody works harder than the center, Zach Moreno.
Yeah.
This kid has been, from freshman, he has just been a weight room hero all the way through, and has turned himself into a phenomenal lineman for the Mingus Marauders. On the outside of tackle, you got Isaiah Hillman, number 64, a sophomore. Christian Ruiz on the opposite side, 6 foot 230. Gabe Myers and Ivan Martinez, your guards out there, a junior and a junior. And we were talking at halftime, this is a young squad.
Yeah, very young, and you can't teach experience. Again, these linemen, they don't get enough love out there. You know, they don't score the touchdowns and all that, but they are the heart and soul of the team. You know, they deserve some shine. And again, the running backs are really trusting them tonight. They are trusting them. They know that the hole's going to be there, and they're hitting it. And again, just an excellent job from the linemen. We love them.
Here come the Prescott Badgers. They're going to kick off. It's high and deep, and it's going to the far side. Soria takes it, fakes it, and then comes to the near side, cuts up underneath. He's got some blocks, cuts up underneath once again, and a great couple of jump cuts puts the Mingus Marauders in business just short of their own 40-yard line.
Yeah, Mingus ran the fake there. Badgers didn't bite on it, had two guys in great position, but Soria just shifty with the feet out there. And picks up a nice gain.
I wouldn't have bid on it either, because the fake was still about 4 or 5 yards away from each other. Had they actually passed each other within arm's length difference, then you really have to respect it.
Yeah.
Here comes the Mingus Marauders. They stack the line, and Nelson comes to the near side, spins his way forward for about 4 or 5 to start the second half. Once again, if you're just joining us, Mingus is leading 12-3. No operational scoreboard here at Prescott. We cannot tell you what the score is, but, well, we can tell you what the score is. We can't tell you what the time is.
Yeah.
That was kind of silly, wasn't it?
Oh, you know, it's a silly night here with no scoreboard. What's going on?
Where's the full moon? There is a full moon.
Ah, yes.
See, it interrupts the electricity. No, I don't want to get started with that. There goes Mingus, straight down the gut goes Kelly as he absolutely overruns number 40. That is Ethan Porter. And you know what? I got to clap for Ethan Porter. He stood in there, came up from his safety position, and a huge contact, and he's still out there. I guarantee you he's feeling that.
Yeah, you know, it takes guts to stand in there. You know, a running back coming at you full speed, right through the hole, untouched. You just got to get lower than him and hope you can hold on.
Well, he lost the battle, but was able to hold on, and Kelly falling forward for 6 yards and a touchdown, and a late handoff by the Mingus Marauders. Don't know if you noticed that, but Zabala had to actually stretch out to get that handoff, and I think it disrupted the hole and everything else as Nelson gets the run in about 2 yards.
Yeah, the mesh wasn't exactly what you want back in the backfield there, but Kelly, good, you know, able to hold on to it. Wasn't a fumble, you know, wasn't a fumble.
Good point. Streck, and let's see who else is out there. Taylor on the near side, Soria with trips, and Nelson goes in motion. It's going to be a pitch this way. Lots of blockers. There goes Nelson as he's cut up and cover. He was down, but he had to cover the ball again. Picks up phenomenal yardage, 12, but a great tackle takes Nelson down, and I am just thankful that that particular leg was not on the ground when he got hit, because that looked really uncomfortable as his legs were just absolutely taken out from underneath him.
And that was Porter again coming up from his safety position, really saving what would have been a huge run from Nelson. He's had some big tackles for this Badger defense to start the second half.
Porter's going to be a man to be reckoned with as he is a junior. Mingus inside at Prescott territory at the 38-yard line. There's the handoff. There goes Kelly. And that long handoff once again coming to the near side, kind of a stretch handoff. And it reminds me of yesterday or yesteryear because a lot of Mingus quarterbacks will show that, pull it, and run.
Yeah, you go back to the likes of Tony Vaca, Nick Allred. You can go down the list.
Jordan Upham.
Yep.
Yeah, Yeah, just start naming them off. Holy cow. 4 yards on the carry, 2nd and 6, and here come the Marauders. Great blocking out there by Nelson, somebody gets a hold of his hand, and I think his sleeve, and actually pulled him down and tackled him by his sleeve, but he does pick up 9 yards and a first down, and Mingus is in control of the ground game right now.
Yeah, they are. Again, line doing a good job getting that push up front on the line of scrimmage. This Badger defense looked a little gassed. They got a lot of guys with their hands on their hips, looking around at each other. What are we going to do here? They can't stop this Mingus rushing attack, and I don't expect Coach Young to go away from it.
3 receivers to the near side once again, 1 back in the backfield, and they hand it off, and there goes Kelly through the hole, knocks over a Badger, and rumbles and stumbles down inside the 15. It'll be close to another first down for the Mingus Marauders.
Yeah, Kelly walking off a little gingerly there. He actually ran right into Nelson and just ran over him, and he's walking off limping here. Hopefully he's okay. Looks like the trainers are going to check him out.
Well, they mark him short. They give him 9 yards on the carry. And so Mingus with the ball just outside the 15-yard line, and there's the snap. Mingus will take it to the near side. Nelson cuts it back up. Inside, avoids a tackle, and he's inside the 5 down to the 3.
Yeah, Nelson just so elusive out there. Outside, inside, outside. Just making everybody miss, and able to get the ball down inside the 10-yard line for Mingus, and they got a great opportunity to extend the lead right now.
Guess who went over 100 yards in the game?
Nelson?
Yes, 125 yards. I tried to bring it up, but they kept giving him the ball, and I had to keep changing the number.
Yeah.
So Mingus, 2 backs in the backfield here at about the 3-yard line. There's the snap, and caught in the backfield and taken down. Great job on Nelson by number 4 from the Prescott Badgers.
Yeah, Aaron Green getting in the backfield and making a huge play for the Badgers. They've just been getting the ball pounded at them, and they actually get a decent stop there to stop Mingus. And Streck enters the game now, and it looks like they're going to put him out just inside of Chaz. Trips to the left.
And they've also got Nelson out there as well. Soria in motion. There's the pitch to the outside. Good blocking. Soria, touchdown! Mingus, 6 yards on the rocket to the far side as Mingus loads up the blockers and says, we're running that way. See if you can stop us. Yeah. Soria just cuts up underneath Streck's block, outside of Nelson's block, and Mingus takes a lead of 18-3.
Yeah, could have driven the bus through that hole out there.
There's the 2-point conversion attempt, and it's picked off. And Nelson attempted to throw it, and Aaron Green actually picked it off and then knocks Nelson in the helmet after he picked off the ball. Well, you can't return the 2-point conversion, obviously, with the whistles. And so the 2-point conversion is no good, but Aaron Green, who is, by the way, the little brother of Ryan Green, the older brother out here, and that headshot seen right by the referee is going to cost him 15 on the kickoff, I'm sure.
Yeah, just not a smart play from him there. Him and Nelson got tangled up, and I guess he didn't like Nelson having his arms wrapped around him and just gave him a little shot to the face mask, and right in front of the referee. Ref throws his flag immediately.
You know darn well that you're going to the sideline going, Coach, I was telling him good tackle. I was telling him good tackle. I swear I was telling him good tackle. So Soria gets the Mingus Marauders on the board here in the second half. 2-point conversion is not going to look good on tape later on.
No.
But Mingus has been doing it by 6s. They got 3 of them. 18-3 now, a 15-point lead, which is not quite a 2-touchdown lead.
Nope.
Because you can still get those 2-point conversions. But Mingus, with the penalty against the Prescott Badgers, will be kicking off on the Prescott Badgers side of the field. So Rodriguez with an opportunity either at a touchback or you're going to dribble it and try to cover it quicker. So we'll see which way the special teams are going to go on this one.
Yep.
Rodriguez is deep. Takes a full run at it. Kicks it deep.
Nice.
And out of the end zone. So a touchback for Rodriguez. He's been looking for one. He was like a yard and a half short in a previous game.
Yep.
And that one's going in the stat book as a as a touchback.
Yeah,
so
good for him.
Yeah. Way to go.
He gets a big cheer from the crowd over there.
Jesus Rodriguez. They call him Danny out there.
All right. Now, first time Mingus will be on defense this half. That was a nice long opening drive from the offense.
Indeed it was, and there's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Chauffeur. Chauffeur trying to get around the corner, cuts it back, avoids one tackle, and dives forward for a short gain, and Mingus covers the jet well.
Yeah, they're all over it, just doing a good job of stretching it outside, get him to that sideline, let him run out of room.
Second carry by Chauffeur out there. He's got 2 carries for 1 yard. And so Mingus does do it well, covers it well. Hash mark far side of the field to the 21-yard line, and they will hand it off to Ryan Green. Ryan Green gets covered up by the Mingus Marauders right there at the line of scrimmage, and it almost looked like Prescott had the same problem. The quarterback went to hand it off on one side, and Ryan was on the other, had to switch.
Yeah, doing that really exaggerated handoff there, taking a while to develop, and had about 6 Mingus defenders in on the tackle. I've been saying it all night. They have just been controlling the line of scrimmage, doing an excellent job of controlling the Badgers' run game here. They really can't get anything going.
Well, Mingus is playing their safety at about 6 yards off the line of scrimmage. There's the snap. Quarterback looking for somewhere to go. Throws it to the near side. It's tipped. It was tipped by the Mingus Marauders and then still almost caught by Boyd out there.
Yeah, if it wasn't tipped, I think Chaz might have had an interception. He read the play well, but the tip at the line of scrimmage causes it to go over him, and almost a completed pass.
Almost, but it's going to be the third 3 and out for the Prescott Badgers in a row as Mingus's defense is flexing their defensive muscles. High snap, and he will get the punt off. It'll take a bounce, and a pretty good bounce. Running away from it is going to be Soria, and it'll come to a rest right at the 30-yard line, so Mingus will start up shop there.
Yeah, not bad field position for the Mingus offense. Get a nice drive going, see if they can continue the success they've had on the ground.
Mingus leading 18-3 if you're just joining us. Third quarter action, no clue. Only a slight guess as we have no scoreboard from which to use here. The high-tech electronics here at Prescott worked perfectly in pregame.
Yeah.
But did not start with the game.
No.
Mingus with trips on the near side. One man to the far side. Zabala, one man in the backfield, and he will hand it off. Getting hit in the backfield is going to be Kelly, and he'll lose yardage. Maybe he got back to the line of scrimmage. I think he lost one.
Yeah, actually the first time Mingus has had a run play that didn't quite work in their favor. But Zabala gets the play from Coach Young. He'll run it back into the huddle here. Really, no point in rushing up to the line of scrimmage. They got the lead here. Just going to take their time, run this imaginary clock down.
More of a wing offense here for the Mingus Marauders. One receiver either side. There's the snap, and it is going to go up the middle. Good fake. I was following the fake to start with. And Kelly gets the carry. He'll get 4 yards, which will bring up third and about 7 for Mingus at their own 32-yard line.
Yep, and this actually brings up a passing down for Mingus, which we haven't seen in a while since the first half. And we'll see if the line can give Zabala protection here to find an open man.
And it looks like Zabala's out as a receiver. Kelly's back in there at quarterback, and he'll take the snap, and he will run it. Cut up underneath his blocker, Nelson, and the defense did exactly what they should do. They just flat split him, and that goes for a negative gain on the play. That's going to bring up 4th down, and Mingus is probably going to have to punt that one. They got in there. good job as they took both the blocker and the quarterback, and they know where to go on that one.
Yeah, I was way off. I was thinking pass the whole way. They decided to go Wildcat, and Badgers come up with the stop. And Chaz with another great punt here, and it gets a little bit of a Mingus bounce.
It'll take it down to the 32-yard line, 33-yard line. So Mingus started at their 30. They at least flipped the field and forced Prescott to start at the 33. And so Mingus, who scored on their first drive here in the second half, comes up short with a 3-and-out. So they trade 3-and-outs with Prescott, actually. But still lead 18-3, and something left in the third quarter.
Yep.
We don't know what it is.
Keep looking over there like it's going to turn on or something.
Yeah, let me know if it does, would you? All right, Prescott comes in with a offset eye, one receiver to either side. Cornerback fakes the handoff, throws downfield, has a man, turns the corner, gets away, and then tripped up just past the 50. So 19 yards on the reception on the far side of the field. Good job by the quarterback with the comebacker and with the catch and with the ball, number 2. And that is going to be Chauffeur with his first big catch of the game.
Yeah, really the first big offensive play from the Badgers since the long run and fumble. Fanning on the outside there, looked like he was going up to try for the interception, just didn't get there in time, and Chauffeur did a nice job of catching the ball and getting upfield.
Prescott's going to talk about it at this point. Take a timeout on the field. We'll take a break with them. Mingus on top, 18-3. Prescott starting to drive. We're back after this.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Back here at Prescott High School, Chauffeur with a big catch, had one-on-one coverage, and they made him pay. They brought in extra blockers to block Streck on the far side as they get the ball downfield and they'll get the ball down inside the Mingus Marauder red zone down to the 15-yard line. 34 yards on that reception to Chauffeur. He's got back-to-back receptions for more than 50 yards now. Quarterback looking to take the snap, and he'll hand it off. Green going up the middle. Mingus able to contain it. A late flip over the top of the pile by Cole, and it'll be a modest gain of about 3, bringing up 2nd and 7.
What? Oh, and there.
And we do have an injured Badger. Number 65, offensive lineman for the Prescott Badgers out there.
Max Flores.
And Flores, offensive lineman, a junior, 6'3", 275. And he is down on the field. They're taking a look at what appears to be the right leg somewhere. Hopefully that is not serious. I do not want to see this with high school students. All right, we'll take a break with them, hopefully. I pray it's just a cramp. We'll be back to Prescott High School coming up right after this.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Floor is able to get up and just with a little bit of balance help, able to walk off. That is a tremendous sign for the Prescott Badgers, who will now come out and have to replace him on the offensive line, as they have 2nd and 7 from the Mingus Marauder 13-yard line. 2 men in the backfield. Quarterback takes the snap, looks to hand off, and then has to throw it at the feet of his intended receiver because Streck was right there in his face.
Yep. What's new? Streck in the face again of the quarterback, just throwing him to the ground. But again, Clark able to get the ball out of his hands before Streck could complete the tackle.
Man, there are NFL quarterbacks that haven't done it that well, honestly.
Yeah, Streck's got to be frustrated. He could have about 4 or 5 sacks here tonight.
No kidding. I think he's just happy with the loss of down, honestly.
Yep.
3rd and 7 from the Mingus Marauder 13-ish. Quarterback Clark takes the snap and looking to throw. They got man on man in the far side. Throws it to the inside. Yep. Man cut to the outside. And that brings up an important 4th down. This would be another. Mingus had a 4th goal line stand. That's what I'm trying to go with. Early in the game with the first drive of the Prescott Badgers, and now they might be coming out for another potential field goal. And this would be about a 30-yard field goal, 29-yard field goal out here by Bryce Peters. And there's the snap, and the hold is good. The kick is up, and it is good. So 2 field goals out here by Peters is what equates to 6 points and all the scoring for the Badgers. Mingus still up by 12, leading 18-6. 3rd quarter action. We'll be back to Prescott after this.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Mingus with 2 100-yard rushers looking to get the ball back from Prescott. Line drive kick. That one might make it to the end zone. It does, as it is a touchback. Speaking of which, Jesus Rodriguez with his first touchback kickoff for the Mingus Marauders earlier in this game.
Yep.
So I want to give him a congratulations for that. What's going on around the league?
Well, we got a couple halftime scores here. Flagstaff leading Lee Williams still 16-0. Bradshaw Mountain over Coconino 35-7. And Higley on top of Casa Grande 49-7. That one not very close.
I didn't expect it to be, actually. Mingus Marauders with the ball. Kelly in the backfield, Zabala over center. He's got 2 wings. There is motion, and they will give it to Kelly. No, it is Zabala keeping it on the near side and a stiff arm. He got a hold of the arm and the tackle, and the cornerback keeper, Zabala says, who says I can't run the option?
Right, Zabala taking it to the outside, sees nobody, and, does a great job using the stiff arm, takes the defender to the ground. I do, even though Zabala doesn't run much, I do like how he's always aggressive when he's running. Doesn't shy away from contact, goes at it, and always finishes a run strong.
Longest run from the line of scrimmage for Zabala. There goes Soria. He's got ahead of Steve, and he's down the field breaking tackles. And he lost the ball. It was stripped. Coming the other way are the Prescott Badgers as he gets tackled right at about the 42-yard line. Soria was pickpocketed on the play by number 21, Hunter Kronberg. Holy cow.
Wow.
Now I'm told there is a flag on the play, and we'll see if that's going to change anything. If it was before or after the, it had to have been after the pickpocket. He literally was stolen. The ball was stolen.
Yeah, and number 21, Hunter Kronberg, chasing Soria down, doesn't go for the tackle, goes for the ball, identical to what Soria had done earlier when he did the strip. And Kronberg just takes it from Soria, and it goes the other way, has a decent return off of it, and then unsportsmanlike conduct on Mingus. Not sure who it was on, but put the Badgers in great field position.
At the Mingus Marauder 42, Clark looking to throw the ball. He's hit as he releases it, and the wavering duck falls harmlessly at the 40-yard line, far side of the field. Closest man was Cole Phelps of the Mingus Marauders. 2nd and 10 from the Mingus Marauder 42.
And this is a big shift in momentum here. Mingus looking like they were going to have a big run there. Soria, I thought, was going to break that for a touchdown. Again, a beautiful play from Kronberg to strip it and recover it. And just, we've seen some plays out here tonight.
No, call a cop, man. That ball was stolen. Twins both sides here for Prescott. There's the snap. Clark looking to throw. He's got to step up. He's hit as he throws. Gosh. He gets the ball off to Green. Green to the outside, gets tripped up with a great open field tackle by Colby Fanning. And Austin is getting up off the turf here slowly as he was thrown to the ground by the Mingus Marauders. Colby Fanning, an ankle biter tackle, and the reception goes for 4 yards when it should have been a sack.
Streck in the backfield again, and Clark somehow, we've been saying it all night, finds a way to get rid of the ball. Just real strong hands back there, always keeping his eyes downfield even when he's taking a big hit.
He's in the backfield. He moves Chauffeur closer to him. Now looking to go to him. He's got him deep and overthrown. Mingus did not do well on coverage on that one, as it was kind of a slant and go route out there by Chauffeur, and Chauffeur showing some pretty decent speed when he gets into open field.
Luckily for Mingus, that ball was overthrown because he was wide open. He would have walked right into the end zone.
Is it 4th down territory for the Prescott Badgers? Well, they're facing it 4th and 5 from the Mingus Marauder 37-yard line, and it looks like they're lining up to go for it.
Yeah, here they are.
Twins, both sides. Quarterback takes the snap. He's under pressure, and the quick slant is incomplete. Covered by the Mingus Marauders. 2 coverages out there, Cole Phelps and Colby Fanning, and no flag on the play, so Mingus will get the turnover on downs and take over at their own 37-yard line.
And Clark had to get that ball out of his hands quicker than he wanted to. He had Streck in his face again, just coming in, looking to make a big hit on him. And a great stop by the Mingus defense right there. The Badgers come up with a huge turnover, get the ball in good field position, but Mingus defense stands, and they send their offense back out on the field.
Well, after the turnover, that was huge for the defense coming back out on the field to make that stop. They're going to line up one receiver, both sides, wing formation. Mingus looks to hand the ball off, and a pitch to the outside. Here comes Nelson, cuts under one, and can't get away from the wave of blue coming at him. A short gain out there by Alex Nelson, and that was a triple option, and Nelson looked like he felt that hit.
Yeah, he about 3 guys hit him. One hit him low, one hit him right in the middle, one hit him high. And he is limping, and Mingus is going to have to take a timeout here to take a look at Nelson.
Soria's going to come in for him, and with that timeout, we'll take a quick break here, and hopefully Nelson is going to be okay. I'll shake that one off. We'll return. Mingus leading 18-6 over Prescott on the road. We're back after this.
Pond Palace offers a wide selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
The lack of scoreboard has, kind of confused us. That was not a timeout for the Mingus Marauders. That was a switch sides of the field and get into the fourth quarter. So at the end of 3 quarters, the Mingus Marauders are on top by a score of 18-6. Nelson is down on the near side. They're taking a look at what looks to be the left leg. Hopefully they're just wrapping something else up. Mingus has got Soria in the backfield, and Mingus throws quickly, and a reception far side of the field is going to go to Soria. Looks like it might be just short of the first down, bringing up a 3rd and very manageable 1.
Yeah, Zabala's had success in these short yardage situations, just taking a snap and falling forward.
Yeah, I love that play. You don't usually fumble the handoff that way, right?
Yeah.
So Soria with the 7-yard reception out there, his second of the game. And Zabala's going to reset, and Mingus is going to take a timeout. Didn't like the defense. This one is actually a timeout, right?
Yes, I saw Coach Young signal to the ref timeout.
Okay, this is not a do-over of the 3rd quarter ending. So we'll take a break with them. We'll be back at Prescott High School after this.
You'll get more miles for your money at Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros. It starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
Third and short, Mingus Marauders with the ball at their own 48-yard line, trying to control the ball and the clock. 4th quarter action, no scoreboard working, and the handoff goes up to Kelly, who fights his way forward. It's going to depend on the spot. The line judge on this side is giving him a first down by close to a yard.
Yeah.
They're moving the chains and setting the ball at the Mingus Marauder 49-yard line. So Mingus moves the chains and gets them moving again.
Yeah, nice pickup right there. Keep this drive going. Run that clock. You know, you don't want to give that ball back to the Badgers right away. You know, nice to get the ball in the end zone here.
There's the snap coming to the near side. Here goes Nelson. Nelson fighting his way through. Horse collar tackle as he's pulled down somewhat from behind. And he gets up, hands the ball off, finds the referee to hand the ball off to, picks up 10, picks up 16 yards on the carry. And I guess that was jersey, not horse collar.
Yeah.
He got jersey, but it has a similar effect, does it not?
Yeah, it really does. And looks like Nelson's leg is all right, so that's a good sign. You know, play before that, he was running down here on the sideline testing it out.
He just needed a break.
Yeah.
They'll hand the ball off to him again. He'll try the right-hand side, bounces it to the outside, down the corner and into the end zone, touchdown.
I just,
37 yards, and whatever they wrapped him with, we want the whole team wrapped in it.
Right.
Mingus extends the lead 24-6 for the Mingus Marauders. Great kick-out block by Kelly on the far side, able to close down the gap and outrun everybody to the end zone.
Yeah, Nelson, I was kind of worried he wouldn't be able to re-enter this ball game, but he re-enters in a big way.
37-yard touchdown run, and Rodriguez with the kick. It's up and good, and there was no doubter about that one. So Mingus takes a lead of 25-6, now better than a 3-score game for the Mingus Marauders. We'll take a break, return to Prescott High School after this.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing, you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
The extra point was huge on that one, making the extending the lead 25-6, so a 19-point game, and that becomes real big as the Mingus Marauders will kick off again. Alex Nelson now 176 yards on 18 carries here in the game. Rodriguez with the kick, he puts a good boot in it, comes down to about the 6-yard line near side, cuts it back up the middle, tries the opposite side. He's got blockers as Mingus tries to chase it down just short of the 50-yard line. A good return out there to the 48-yard line by Boyd.
Yeah, Boyd getting the ball in his hands for really the first time tonight and showing some speed. Wasn't expecting that. He picked it up, kind of feeling out where he wanted to go, and once he knew where he wanted to go, he just took off.
Well, you can tell the experienced runners, especially when they're patient. I'm going to just wait, see where the block. Oh, there's one, and then they just pop through like they knew it was coming. Quarterback Clark takes the snap, looking to throw, throws downfield, has one-on-one coverage out there, and it is caught. It is caught, an incredible catch on the far side, and that's Ryan Green. The ball was placed perfectly over the top of Valenzuela, and you just couldn't throw the ball any better than that.
No,
as
you
it
really
goes
couldn't.
all the way down to the 12-yard line.
Just lands right on the numbers. Just a beautiful throw. Really, honestly, great coverage. Just ball was in a perfect position.
Clark takes the snap. He's going to roll to the near side. He's in trouble, looking for somewhere to go. Throws it away. Streck's on the hunt again.
Oh, man, him and Streck, man,
they're pen pals now.
They are.
Don't you think?
Yeah, man, they've been trading paint all night. I love it. I think Streck's going to get him once tonight. He's got to get him at least once.
I agree. Nelson got him once. And I think it was only because he stepped into Nelson because Streck was to his right. All right, so that one falls to the ground. 2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. There's the snap. The ball's on the ground. Picks it up. Throws it near far side.
Oh.
Overthrows his man just by a little. Taylor on the coverage there, and his man had a step.
Yeah, that fumbled snap there really threw off the timing of that route. That was number 28 getting some separation. Boyd again, but Clark just wasn't able to put it in the right spot.
So now 3rd and 10 from the 12-yard line. And Mingus has been tough in the red zone. They have forced 2 field goal attempts here within their own red zone, trying to bring up another potential field goal attempt. Spread formation. Quarterback's going to run it himself as he takes it to the near side, inside the tackle. And Ryan Green trying to block for him. And the quarterback will go down with a loss of about a yard on the play. And I think Hayden gets credit for the sack on that one. So Streck's in the backfield all game long, doesn't get credit.
He's over there shaking his head.
Yeah.
Now he's telling the referee, man, look, I just want one sack.
Right.
Yeah.
So 4th down, and it is obviously 4-down territory out here for the Prescott Badgers. And quarterback's looking for somewhere to go. They go off into the corner, tried to get the ball to Chauffeur, and it falls incomplete. So no points for the Prescott Badgers as Mingus holds on 4th and 11. They'll get the ball back at their own 13-yard line.
Yeah, a nice stand there again from the Mingus defense. A couple times Badgers have been deep in their territory, but Mingus holding and again turns that ball back over to their offense. And right here, I think Mingus has a great opportunity to just really ice this game and put the Badgers away.
Holy cow. Last week, Mingus only able to muster 17 rushing yards. This week, Mingus has held a Prescott offense that rushes the ball well to 29 yards on 13 carries, forcing the Badgers to put the ball up in the air. Mingus over center, wing formation. They hand the ball off, and it goes up the middle. Good gain on first down. And the ball's out. And their Badgers think they have the ball. As Kelly ran the ball up the middle, we'll see if they marked him down. The line judge on the near side has him down with a 9-yard carry, and they're saying second down.
Yeah.
And the ball comes out right at the end. Taylor obviously didn't think it was a fumble. Actually, they're going to give him 7 on the carry. Taylor didn't think it was a fumble. He didn't even try to get the ball when it popped out.
No, yeah, we've seen that a lot tonight. Into the play, guys reaching in after the whistle, poking the ball out, and guys just thinking it's still alive.
Here's the carry near side. As coming to the outside is going to be Nelson, who got strung around, tried to stiff arm, and then got paid for it, got hit in the back hard.
Yeah.
And they're going to give him forward progress out to about the 24-yard line. And that's going to bring up a 3rd and a long one. Yeah, they're going to say 1. So Mingus, of course, happy. If they can pick up a first down, they can start chewing clock like they will popcorn at the movies, right?
Yeah, and Nelson's taken some huge hits tonight. I'm just happy he's able to get up, continue to play in this ball game.
Well, you played in the Mingus Marauder football program, and it's about the weight room.
Yeah.
It is about strengthening the core so that, when you take those hits, you're able to bounce back. The referees called timeout and actually send Garrett Fenderson, the outside linebacker junior, off the field. And they replace him. Mingus will now come back with Nelson, who splits the defense and is able to leap forward and over a would-be tackler for an 8-yard gain and a first down. Mingus moves the chain, gets to control the clock.
Yeah, Mingus really needed that right there. That puts this Prescott defense in a really tough position. Now they just got to look to force a turnover here. They're going to be stripping at that ball. The Marauder running backs need to make sure they got both hands, hold that thing high and tight, and protect it.
3 receivers to the far side as they throw the ball off to Kelly. He's going to come back the other way, gets the sideline. He's got a blocker down the sideline, slips away from 1. He's into the 20, down to the 20-yard line as Mingus runs away with the ball there.
Yeah, and
48 yards on the carry, just completely switched fields, didn't he?
Yeah, they were going rocket to the right side of the field. Kelly gets the pitch, takes 2 steps to the right, and decides there's nothing there, cuts it back, gets a nice block from quarterback Zabala, and then about 20 yards downfield gets another great block from Chaz Taylor to really spring that huge run from Kelly.
So first down, Mingus Marauders at the Prescott 22-yard line. Scoreboard, if you're just joining us, is not working. If it was working, it would tell us the time, which we don't know how much time is left in the fourth quarter, but it would. We don't need it for us to tell you the score, though. Mingus leading 25-6 and threatening once again just outside the red zone. Normal wing T formation, 2 receivers, 1 receiver on the far side. Nelson cuts it up underneath as he rumbles and stumbles and falls forward for another good gain as he'll pick up another 5 or 6 on first down. And Alex Nelson is, no, my goodness, they're going to give him 8 on the carry. And Alex Nelson is 6 yards away from a 200-yard rushing game.
Wow, that's impressive. He's going to have to thank his lineman after this one.
Yeah, probably buy him lunch, too.
Yeah, give him that Vinny special.
I've seen those linemen. It's going to cost him $120. All right, Zabala under center, looks to hand the ball off, and Zabota gets a carry and drives it hard just off tackle to the right-hand side. It's going to be close to a first down right at about the 10-yard line. And Zabota loses his helmet. It's got to come off the field. Man, if we can keep the equipment on, you can play longer, young man.
Right, tighten up those chin straps.
first down for the Mingus Marauders as Zabota picks up the 2 they needed. And so Mingus now can still get a first down. The ball just outside the 10. We'll call it the 11-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side, 2 in the backfield. You got Colby Fanning and Alex Nelson out there. And Zabala taking his sweet time, waiting to watch the judge with the clock. And it's Nelson near side. He's going to try the outside. Gets a block from Streck. Steps out of bounds at about the 5-yard line. And if that is 6 yards, that'll do it for the young man.
You know, I don't know if he got 5 or not, but, you know, he was close.
Yeah, they gave him a good solid 6 yards, which will put him at 200 yards on the game. Mingus with the ball at about the 6-yard line. Mingus has been here before. Zabala taking his time, 2 men in the backfield. And there's the snap, and coming to the near side, finding the end zone and putting the brakes on is Nelson. He said, you didn't think I had 200 yards before? How about now?
Yeah. And it says he didn't want any more. As soon as he got into that end zone, it was stop, get the ball to that referee. Nice job following his blocks, and what a performance tonight from Nelson. Really, you know, the whole Mingus team after, you know, the struggles they had last week, they really came out. You can tell they put a lot of time in this week in practice, and it shows.
There's the snap, good snap, and the ball is partially blocked out there. The extra point partially blocked. I think it was number 4 getting a hand in on it, which is Aaron Green, coming back from an ankle injury. So the extra point is no good. Mingus leads 4th quarter 31-6, and looking to go 3-1 in the Grand Canyon region. They'll be kicking off when we come back.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
Rodriguez getting ready to kick off again for the Mingus Marauders, kind of in a bunch formation against the Prescott Badgers. There's the kickoff line drive. It'll come middle, take a bounce. They'll pick it up off the bounce, and moving downfield, trying the right-hand side is going to be Schaefer. Schaefer getting a good run back up across the 40, across the 45, out to about the 46-yard line. And so another 30-yard return out there from the Prescott Badgers. This team can definitely move the ball in open space.
Yeah, they can. They have. That's where a lot of their success has been on that kick return. Really, just haven't been able to take advantage of the field position, except for their first possession of the game. Since then, they've really struggled moving the ball downfield and putting the ball in the end zone. Just 2 field goals for him tonight.
Clark takes the snap, throws the ball, and it is partially blocked. Streck is there again. Hayden was there as well. Tried to get the ball over a launching Streck, and it falls down 2nd and 10. Ball at the 46-yard line of the Prescott Badgers. We've made mention that the scoreboard not working here at Prescott. Of course, our Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard on Verde Valley TV working just fine, showing Mingus on top 31-6. Quick snap, and Clark throws the ball. Schaefer tries to run before he's got the ball. Clark ends up on the ground. The ball ends up on the ground, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, good pressure put on from the Mingus defense there in the backfield on Clark. Poor Clark, he's been on his backside all night pretty much. And he's going to probably have an ice bath here after this game.
Sure. Ice? It's a little cold for that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Quarterback takes the snap, sends Boyd in motion, and he is wrapped up, and he throws the ball away, incomplete on the way down. Now tell me, what receiver was in the area of the arms of Hayden?
I don't know, but you know who was in the area?
Strack.
Again. And Clark just throwing it up. I don't know where he was throwing it. Just threw it at the ground, and the refs, they're not.
Well, 4th down is going to force the punt, or at least an apparent punt, a low snap. High punt, good punt, returnable. Soria runs backward before he runs forward and gets wrapped up and taken down. Great coverage downfield by the Prescott Badgers. That's going to be number 11 with the Giovanni Ruiz with the coverage.
Yeah, did a great job breaking down. As soon as Soria got the ball, just wrapped him up, brought him to the ground. And now Mingus will go out there for another offensive possession. Looks like some of the starters are coming off the field here. And we'll see who decides to go out there for this possession.
Decides?
Or who
gets to, right?
The kids say, Coach, I'd like to get a couple plays in here. And then Coach says, of course. Go right on in.
Of course. Nelson comes back out. Kelly comes back out. Looks like Mestis is near side and Streck is far side as far as receivers. Zabala over center sends Nelson in motion, and they hand the ball off to Kelly, who bounces his way through a couple of tackles and off to the races near side. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. He's at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown.
Yeah, as Kelly's running down the sideline, Phelps is running right along with him, cheering him on the whole way. And I tell you what, it is great when Kelly can rest doesn't have to go out there on defense, can get some rest, and then comes in, nice and healthy, gets a couple drinks of water, and just comes in full speed on the offensive end. And
74-yard touchdown scamper by Kelly. It was stopped twice.
Yeah.
And was able to break away, and I think that's going to put 2 Mingus Marauders over 200 rushing yards in this game.
When is the last time that happened?
I'd have to go back into the stats and really look. Rodriguez gets this one up, gets under the ball a little bit more, gets the extra point. So the Cottonwood Parks and Rec scoreboard, which is working just fine, is showing the Mingus Marauders on top now, 38-6 over the Prescott Badgers. 4th quarter action. Time's getting late. We're back after this.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
Rodriguez looking to kick off again. I'm not sure he's gotten this many kickoffs all week in practice. And he'll line drive this one. And he'll go over the head and into the end zone for his second touchback of the game and of the year. And a couple of words out there. Justin Link having a word with his counterpart wearing number 24. I think they were exchanging email addresses.
Yeah, he said, oh, you were homecoming king as well?
Right.
Oh.
I like your number. I think that's what they were saying on the field, right?
Yeah,
I like your number.
Of course.
You got 24? I got 24. All right, so 38-6, the Mingus Marauders on top. They'll bring their defense back out. It has been a pass fest by Austin Clark here, who has got 24 attempts in the game. Tries another one near side to Ruiz and throws it short, and no Marauders were near him or in the area. He may have just felt them coming.
Yeah, so much for Mingus running clock on that last possession there. Kelly decided.
It took Kelly 8 or 9 seconds to get 74 yards. What do you mean? So 2nd and 10, ball at the Prescott Badger 20 on their own 20. Spread formation, that's a surprise. One back in the backfield is Green. They send a man in motion. They do hand off. Here goes Schaefer. Schaefer gets caught in the corner, wrapped up, and finally taken down for a short gain. They've tried it 3 times, and Schaefer just gets trapped in the corner over there by the Mingus Marauders. They will give him a gain of about 3 on the carry.
Yeah, Taylor coming in from a safety position really forced Schaefer to bounce that outside, and Schaefer ran into the sidelines here, and then he saw a swarm of Mingus defenders coming at him. He kind of just said, maybe I'll just go down right here.
Well, you stop and dance, and I think that's the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
Quarterback, no slow snap, gets the ball off quick, and off the shoulder of Ruiz. That was interceptable.
Yeah.
But those tip drills, you just can't work on them enough.
No, you really can't. And then that one, I think if, Soria expecting that ball to be maybe caught going for the tackle, and ball just goes through the wide receiver's hands, bounces off his shoulder pads, and goes straight into the air, but falls to the ground. And now Badgers coming out here in punt formation.
They are, but they're really late getting people out on the field for the punt formation.
Yeah.
Look how widespread that offensive line is on this punt formation. They've got like 3 or 4 yards in between players. They do get the kick back. Oh, it's shanked to the near side, and it will go out of bounds. Coach Figgy, what kind of hands are those?
Oh,
my goodness. He is.
Oh, he's hearing it from the stands, too. They did not like that effort.
Yeah, that was a horrible effort. I'm so glad it was him, not me. So Mingus will take over. They're going to mark the ball at the Prescott 40-something yard line. No, they're going to bring it up to the 40-yard line and say it went out of bounds at the 40. Actually, they've got it first down at the Prescott 37-yard line. All right, so Mingus has different players in there. Bessler's on the far side. Mestis in at receiver on the near side. Nelson is still in there. I think we've got a different fullback, though. Yep. Zabala taking the snap. There it is. And Cole Phelps runs the ball, runs into the Prescott defense, and gets shoved back after a short gain of 1.
Yeah, the Badgers really tightening up there, able to stop Mingus for one of their shorter gains of the night after, just the success they've had on the ground tonight has just been amazing. Was it 2 guys over 200?
Yes, two Mingus Marauders over 200 yards apiece. Between the two of them, more than 400 rushing yards. There's the snap, and Zabala tried really hard to pull that ball out and was successful in stealing it from his own man and turns into a turnover fumble.
Yeah, and Coach Young is not going to like that. You put these guys in here, you want to just run this clock out, and unfortunately there's a little fumbled handoff there, the second one of the night, and it's disappointing when no one hits you. It's just the running back and quarterback not on the same page. It's just you don't want to see that, especially this late in the season, this late in the game.
No, different players out there, not used to necessarily working with each other all the time. Mingus, 55 carries, 443 rushing yards. Quarterback looking to put the ball up, throws it, and might be a catch, might not be a catch, and they're going to say that it hit the ground. The side judge on the near side had the best angle.
Yeah.
The middle of the field judge actually had his back. He was looking at the line as his back to the receiver who was right behind him. So 2nd and 10 for Austin Clark and the Badgers.
Kevin, they again, they're going to come out here and throw it, trying to get something here at the end of this game.
Far side, and it's picked off the Mingus Marauders. It's overthrown, and it's Valenzuela with his 3rd pick of the season for the Mingus Marauders. This time he was watching ball, not man.
Yeah.
And went down to the ground and cradled it. A phenomenal pick, and Mingus gets the ball right back after the fumble.
Yeah, nice job going to the ground and just looking at that ball in the whole way, securing it, and giving the ball back to his offense to hopefully this time run that clock out. However, much time is left. I don't know. I can't tell you. I'm sorry. But Mingus, hey, they got the lead 38-6. Much better effort tonight than we saw last week.
See, if the technology was as basic as my flip phone, we'd know how much time was left in the game.
It's a nice flip phone.
It
really
is. Quarterback looking to take the snap. Prescott showing blitz, and Mingus will hand it off. Zabota gets the ball first back through. A nice gain of about 5 to get the clock rolling again. 2nd and 5. Mingus already in Prescott territory at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and, I'm sure we're going to see another run dive up the middle here. I'd be surprised if Coach Young gives this to Nelson on the outside. Well, who knows? Maybe Nelson's sniffing 250. Maybe he wants 250 tonight.
Maybe he does, but he's a long ways away. He's at 206. And Zabala with a tight formation puts a man in motion and eaten up very quickly is Blenars. Blenars with the handoff hangs on to the ball, which is a great job of hanging on to the ball, but he's going to lose about 3 or 4 on the play, bringing up 3rd down. He raises a hand over to the sideline, says, that was me. I did get the carry, but I didn't fumble. I did not fumble.
I took a big hit, but I'm okay.
Actually, they give him forward progress, so he only loses about 1 out there.
Wow, yeah, that's pretty generous because he ended up about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
He did, but that's not where he got to, you know?
Yeah.
3rd and about 7, and they hand the ball off, and here goes Nelson, and Nelson gets enough for a first down, and I got to imagine we're close to running the clock out, and that first down, moving the chains, giving Mingus the ball once again, might mean that Mingus might be able to run the clock out at this point.
Yeah, I would think, this quarter's been going on for a while now. Mingus put up a couple scores here.
The ref's looking at his watch going, man, this thing stopped. I have no idea how much time's left.
Yeah, hopefully their watches don't stop working.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
Then we'd really be in trouble.
And Mingus is set up in the victory formation.
We got our answer.
We did indeed. Mingus looking to take the snap. And Zabala will take the snap and take the knee. And I love it when the referee is literally right behind the quarterback.
Yeah.
gonna just watch this thing very closely.
Yeah, this point in the game, you never know. Words have been exchanged all night between players. You don't want any cheap shots going on down there.
No, certainly not. Well, the Mingus Marauders are going to win this one as the clock will run out. They start shaking hands right there. Good sportsmanship pretty much through the most of this one. A low penalty game, and Mingus goes 3-1 in the Grand Canyon region, winning this one by a score of 38-6. They keep the Prescott Badgers out of their own end zone on their own field. We'll take a break as we take a look at the scoreboard, brought to you by Cottonwood Parks and Rec. Mingus on top, 38-6. And that's your final. We have got the Gettles High Desert Mechanical Air Conditioning, Heating, and Cooling and Plumbing post-game show coming up right after this.
At Reese's Tire and Automotive Tire Pros, it starts with matching the right tire for you, your vehicle, and driving habits. And continues with expert brake, alignment, and warranty services to extend the life and performance of your vehicle. And to serve you better, we now offer King Cobra custom exhaust systems. Find out more about our nationwide warranty at Reese'sTire.com.
If you believe life starts where the blacktop ends, if the power of an engine makes your heart race, don't settle for anything less than Polaris RZR, the ultimate off-road vehicle. With unequaled power, unrivaled suspension, and unmatched agility, all perfectly combined to help you chase down what matters most. Polaris RZR, we fuel your freedom.
Cottonwood Motorsports, located on Route 260 and Western Drive.
Since 1925, Tiffany Construction has worked with developers and local and federal government to build, expand, and improve infrastructure, roads, drainage systems, and subdivisions. From concept to completion, the Tiffany Construction team provides a full complement of construction services and state-of-the-art delivery methods customized to fit your needs and budget. They're Arizona's longest tenured family-owned and operated civil contractor and proudly serving the Verde Valley since 1991. Tiffany Construction, knowledge and experience to bring your project to reality.
The Q102.9 plays all the hits.
Yo, what's going on? This is Drizzy Drake.
Ariana Grande.
Maroon 5.
This is Rihanna.
I'm Shawn Mendes.
Hey, it's Bruno Mars.
Ed Sheeran. What's up, guys? It's Justin Bieber.
You're listening to The Weekend.
Start your day with Brian James in the morning. He'll get at least 10 songs in a row during your ride home with Julie Page.
Zach Sang Show.
Catch the Zach Sang Show weeknights 7 to midnight. And Kelly Fox weekends on your home for hit music. The Q102.9 and 104.9 in Prescott and Cottonwood.
Our whole team is here to help you get the most out of each workout.
Here at the Cottonwood Recreation Center.
Welcome to the post-game report, brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, AC, and Plumbing Specialists online at GettlesHDM.com. Stick around for the game recap, including Marauder highlights, scores, and stats. And now, let's head back to the press box. Here's your announcers, Jackie Bessler and Carson Sandoval.
Welcome to our Gettles High Desert Mechanical post-game show, and this one will definitely be a lot nicer for the Mingus Marauders as they turn back the Prescott Badgers. They go 3-4 on the season, dropping the Badgers to 4-3 on the season, and Mingus goes 3-1 in the Grand Canyon region, and with a 38-6 victory over the Prescott Badgers on their own home court. They were the first ones to score with a field goal. Mingus responded by 2 Kelly touchdowns, a 2-yard dive on the ground, and then a 37-yard reception, and went for 2 twice. Well, went for 2 once and didn't get it, and then went for the extra point once. So at halftime, it was 12-3. Yeah. So Mingus really turned it on with 26 points in the second half and only gave up another field goal. In fact, third quarter action, a 6-yard rocket by Soria for the first touchdown for the Mingus Marauders in the second half. His first point scored as a Mingus Marauder, and the senior gets the touchdown. The 2-point conversion was no good, so it was then 18-3. We're going by 3s and 6s at this point. Third quarter, still 29-yard field goal. Second field goal by Bryce Peters for the Prescott Badgers and made it 18-6. That was actually huge because it was still a 2-score game at that point. Fourth quarter came rolling around and Mingus turned it on. A 37-yard run, a breakaway by Nelson as he goes to the far side, gets some fantastic blocks, finds the sideline and down the sideline to the end zone. And that, with the extra point by Rodriguez, was good, and it was 25-6. Still fourth quarter action. Nelson would score again. This one, a 6-yard sweep following his blockers into the end zone. Stop. I crossed the line, stopped, find the referee. The extra point was no good. I think it was partially blocked, but Mingus was up 31-6 at that point. They would tack on another touchdown. Pretty one, a 74-yard breakaway as Kelly comes one way up the middle, able to go run through some arm tackles, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, and then outrace everybody to the near side. He gets a little bit of a co-pilot there by Phelps on the sideline, and Kelly finds the end zone. The extra point was good there, 38-6, and then Mingus traded some turnovers right there at the end of the game with the Prescott Badgers as Valenzuela gets his third interception of the year, but Mingus goes on top and stays on top, 38-6, and Mingus really had the momentum right from the beginning and was able to just keep their foot on the pedal.
Yeah, after Prescott had a nice kick return to start the game, they moved the ball downfield, and Mingus held him to a field goal. And after that, I think getting that stop, keeping him out of the end zone really gave him confidence. Ever since then, defense played with confidence. Offense got the ball, and, the rest is history. Offense, probably the best outing of the year, I'd say, from them, watching them, how they moved the ball up and down the field. Again, can't say enough about the offensive line tonight. Opened up some huge holes, and, Kelly and Nelson, they're probably still running.
Well, the blocks were backing, or the backs were blocking for each other here tonight, and that makes a huge difference. Second time this season, the Mingus Marauders have put 38 up on the scoreboard. Yeah. 38-0 win over Lee Williams earlier in the season, and now a 38-6 win here on the road at Prescott. And this is huge. This was absolutely huge for the Mingus Marauders to rebound from an ugly homecoming and be able to come back. And as we were kind of going through this and you were talking, and I was thinking a little bit in regards to the fact that Prescott actually had the ball in the Mingus Marauder red zone 3 times here tonight, had to settle for 2 field goal attempts, and then at one point it was 4th down territory and turned it over on down. So Mingus, 3 red zone stops here tonight defensively, which was fantastic. Yeah, and last week they didn't stop Bradshaw. When Bradshaw got down to the red zone, they finished it with touchdowns, and I think that was a point of emphasis this week in practice is, turnovers are going to happen, big plays are going to happen, but keep them out of the end zone. Hold them to field goals. That's what they did tonight, and, Mingus put the ball in the end zone when they got down in the red zone. Well, we're going to take a break in the Gettles High Desert Mechanical Heating, emphasis, heating and cooling and plumbing post-game report. And, of course, if you haven't checked your furnace, it might be getting a little bit too close. You're going to have to turn it on here pretty soon. We'll take a break from Prescott High School. We'll return after this.
Selection of jewelry, electronics, musical instruments, firearms, and much more. And if you need money for that unforeseen financial burden, Tanner, Natalie, or Rob can get you a loan using your valuable items and collectibles. Scrap gold, silver, jewelry, guns, and electronics are all accepted. Visit Pond Palace on Calvary Way at 89A in the Dome Building, open 6 days a week, and online at pondpalaceaz.com.
Taylor Waste has been voted the #1 residential garbage service 13 years in a row in Cottonwood and 9 years in a row in Sedona.
Why? Because Taylor Waste always offers dependable and efficient garbage service and clean, eco-friendly curbside recycling and positive customer service.
Taylor Waste offers a separate recycling container, and our recycling program is clean rather than commingled with garbage.
To start service, call your locally owned Taylor Waste, dedicated to providing service tailored to your needs.
People often refer to Larry Green Chevrolet as the people place. Keeping that reputation is a priority in the community and with every customer that comes through the door. If you're on the market for a new or pre-owned car, truck, van, or SUV, you'll find their selection extensive and their sales team professional and courteous. You can also count on excellent after-sales service. Visit Larry Green Chevrolet on Highway 260 next to Walmart in Cottonwood.
Are you looking for a different approach to healthcare? A place where excellent care is combined with kindness and compassion? If so, welcome to Spectrum. At Spectrum, our approach to healthcare is positively different. From primary care to pediatrics, our staff is dedicated to one thing: you. As a leader in integrated care in Arizona, we treat the whole person because we think everyone deserves to feel better. Spectrum Healthcare, for mind, for body, for all of you.
For 30 years, Roxu screen printers have provided Northern Arizona with clean, crisp, quality screen printing. They work with you to make the right choices in creating the right artwork and message to put forth your best image. Choose from brand name products and even fashion-forward designs, including caps, tees, sweatshirts, polos, and jackets. Make Roxu your choice for work and sports uniforms, workwear, resort wear, and more. Find out more at rokzootees.com. Roxu screen printers in Cottonwood, where clothing comes to rock.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle, get Gettles, and go Marauders!
Cliff Castle Casino Hotel. The perfect place to eat. The perfect place to party. The perfect place to laugh. The perfect place to bowl. The perfect place to play.
Well, I'd say here at Prescott High School that they've turned the scoreboard off. Actually, they never turned it on during the course of the game. The Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Air Conditioning, Heating, and Plumbing post-game report continues. Mingus victorious here, 38-6. Get back on track with the winning ways. And coming up next week, it's going to be the Flagstaff Eagles coming to town, and Mingus trying to continue a streak here through the Grand Canyon region. Offensively here tonight, Mingus put together a juggernaut on the ground. As a team, they were able to put together 530 rushing yards, by far their most successful rushing venture of the year. Kelly, 23 carries, 232 yards, averaging better than 10 yards a carry. 3 touchdowns, 1 in the air, 2 on the ground out here today. Nelson, 24 carries, 215 yards to go along with it, averaging almost 9. Come on, catch up, young man. 59 yards in the air out there for Zabala, as he ends up going 4 for 8 during the course of the game, 59 yards, no interceptions, and 1 touchdown. Also running the ball on the ground, Zabala had 4 carries for 32 yards, not sacked once. Not sacked once. He did fumble the ball once when he was trying to pull the ball back from Zaboto later on in the game. Soria had a couple of fumbles. That was kind of a touchy thing for Soria out there. He did have a touchdown run, 4 carries, 43 yards, but he put the ball on the turf a couple of times. Zabota added 2 carries for 7 yards. Phelps 1 for 2. And receiving, Jazz Taylor took the day off. Oh my gosh, offensively. 1 reception for 8 yards. They had him well covered, but that opened up Kelly for a 37-yard touchdown. Soria also had a couple of receptions for 7 yards apiece for the Mingus Marauders. For the Prescott Badgers here at home, they didn't want to throw the ball. They wanted to run the ball, and they wanted to give the ball to Mr. Ryan Green, who ended up with 8 carries and only 30 yards. How huge is that?
I mean, it's you can't talk about the defense enough. Shutting him down, that was the Badgers' weapon. He's been their weapon all year long, and when you stop that, as a team, you kind of look around and say, all right, who's going to step up and make some plays? Nobody really did for the Badgers because of the defensive scheme that the Marauders came out with tonight, and they really shut down that running attack from the Badgers. That's been really successful for them all year.
Well, they tried throwing to Green, and he ended up with 3 receptions for 99 yards. One of those, Soria caught from behind and forced him to fumble. Their next most successful receiver was John Chauffeur. Ended up with 6 receptions and 73 yards. And in the game, Austin Clark ends up with a pretty decent game. He ends up 11 for 27, 178 yards. He did throw 2 interceptions there. Now we got to get to the players of the game. Do you have a preference offensively?
Offensively, I like Kelly tonight.
I'm going to agree with that. Nelson had a phenomenal game on the ground, but, Kelly outdid him with the 3 touchdowns here today, although I'd really like to give the credit to each one of them for blocking for each other, and the offensive line for their phenomenal blocking. Defense, this is not particularly easy because there was a lot of big plays. Who do you like defensively?
I'm going to have to go Streck. I talked about him all night. I think he had to change his address because he was in the backfield all night. He was living there.
Right. Sent the little card to the Prescott. The Prescott post office.
Every time Clark dropped back to pass, it felt like Streck was right in his face, taking him to the ground. He was back there at least 8 times. Hitting it, getting a good hit on him, and forcing Clark to make a bad pass. So, he was never comfortable back there because of Streck.
No, definitely not. He did not get to sit back in his lazy boy and throw the ball. And I'm going to give special teams out here to Rodriguez. He had 2 touchbacks off of kickoffs here today. Well, this is going to be a wrap here from Prescott High School. The Mingus Marauders victorious 38-6. Looking forward to next Friday night back at Mingus Union High School as the Eagles come to town. Have a phenomenal evening, everyone.
This has been the post-game report brought to you by Gettles High Desert Mechanical, heating, AC, and plumbing specialists. Online at GettlesHDM.com. We'll return next week for exciting Mingus Marauder football action on AM 1600 and 96.3 FM KYBC. Online at MyRadioPlace.com or Verde Valley TV Cable 1 Channel 56 Suddenlink Channel 2.
Do you want to make more money? Do you need business solutions at work? Grow your business with as little as $5 a day. Control your message branding. Be an innovator. Engage your customers. Reach new consumers and clients. Join the successful marketing campaigns at Verde Valley TV. We are here for you. Let us build your marketplace presence. Call Helen Gibson today at 928-634-2286. Verde Valley TV, affordable advertising with one quick call.